That team just in the school, lots going on in the school, but on the streets. You know what I mean?
And I tell you, in our days, if we were doing something rude, we take off with epaulets or we hide with tie or something. These youths are fighting, doing whatever in their uniform with the epaulet, with their tie on, and they don't care.
Brawling dealers.
Yes, don't care.
You see, in our days, big people would have stepped in and slap up who for slap up, report who for report, whether to the school or to the parents and so on. But they would have stopped it immediately. Nowadays, people take out them phone. Incident happening on the road, rather than try to save a life, want to video a death. That's the type of thing that's happening now. If an accident on the road, car accident, calamity, people are injured, phone. They take out the phone.
The first instinct.
Yes. Instead of saying, how can I help you? What can I do? Can I drive you to the hospital? Do you want me to call your parents? Nothing like that. Want to capture it and then send it. And when I say people, I'm not exempting the police. Because I've been in court and see certain incidents take place out of the road. And within 5 minutes, a policeman can show me in the courthouse. Because the police go on the scene, take the picture and send it to Squaddy. And Squaddy, who's in court, can show me, say this is happening right now. That's how bad it is. You go on a scene to help. That's what you're called to do, not to take picture and send it. More than once, I've seen that. Badly, brothers.
Yeah.
Badly. Yeah, man. So we have Brother Heru in the studio. We also have
Brother Dean Rose.
Come on, look close, you know, man.
Yeah, man, Dean Rose, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, man, I am here, you know?
Yes.
Alright.
Tell the people who Dean Rose is.
Yeah, man, Dean Rose is a member of the UNIA. I've been around in the UNA for a portion of time now. Well, I am here on a special business this evening. On this occasion, you know. So, it is essential to this time to what I'm about this evening. So, we'll talk more along the program. But Brother Miguel, before we really want to start, we don't know if we couldn't get We Pray by Big Youth. It's a big song.
All right.
I thought we had touched the system today.
Yes, you know that song that We Pray.
Yeah.
I pray thee.
With Big Youth.
With Big Youth. I pray thee. Yes, man. And we also have now. Yes, go ahead and introduce.
I mean, your listeners, your audience must know me by now. Antoine Campbell here. I heard Miguel touch on the topic of the cell phone and what it has done to both adults and youths in our society. But not only that, it run a bit deeper because I'm a youth myself. Everybody know that. And when reasoning and in dialogue with different youths, I realize that some is suffering from depression, some is suffering from anxiety, some don't know how to speak among them peers or on a platform, and other areas some are suffering from. And I realize that is caused by the cell phone, low self-esteem. Some want to emulate the life that they're seeing on the social media platform. So every time them go restaurant, before them eat the food, them have to take a picture of it. Every time them go out on a fancy date, them have to take up, capture the vehicle, capture the hands, capture the foot, everything them have to capture. Because that is what they're seeing on the media. And whenever, as Heru will say, whenever them find themselves in a position that they are not being a part of the in thing, not going on the fancy date, not having what them see on the media in them house, it cause some sense of depression, lower them self-esteem. So persons have expressed how challenge challenging it is just to get up out of bed. I'm talking about youths, 15, 16, 14, challenging how difficult it is to get up out of bed and do something around the house, around the yard. We don't have that no more. We don't have no dining table no more. Where's the family structure? Where's the family moral? It has been completely taken away. And social media can be used. It's a platform that can be used, as we know, for marketing.
Only for good.
Right? It can be used for the upliftment of your self-consciousness, where you can research about your Black history and about most things to elevate your consciousness. But mainly what is being portrayed in the media is sodomized tools, programs, normalizing homosexuality, normalizing where people now start to accept it and say, boy, if he homosexual, as long as him now come to me, then me all right. No! Bun that, straight across the board. That's what the media is doing. Normalizing things in society that once upon a time we will cast away. That's what the media is doing. And sooner or later, we're going to find ourselves in a position where we can't talk to the youths anymore. We lost them completely if we don't take a hold of it and monitor it carefully. The things that Hero said we feed, we give we youths. If we don't monitor, if we don't take control of it, then we're going to lose them.
No, you see, what these guys do is start to manipulate the youth from a tender age. That's one of the points where me hear Brother Miguel say the white dolly and the gun and from a tender age. So these guys know what them are do. All right. I hear Brother Miguel bring up a point, say there is a downfall in the animal husbandry education system. Yes, because the consciousness is trying to rise above the level of the animal husbandry education. So you're going to find a shift now. The consciousness is some of the youths them eventually see the truth about the real educational system. You understand? So you're going to find a shift blatantly. Because the education system is manipulated by the so-called system we are governed with. You understand? The system is the old system we are governed with. For me, it's all illegal. You know, because we don't have a head of state from we down here. We have a head of state who appoint some people.
Don't even know it.
You understand?
So don't even know it.
The system operate
and it's embarrassing. I don't want you to just gloss over it. It's embarrassing that the head of state don't know it, because every day that the courts open, they're opening a king name.
Yeah.
A man we don't know it. And the courts, this is why, one of the reasons why everybody talk about the crime system so bad and the different, because the judiciary system.
Yes, and the jurisdiction and the government operate out of foreign jurisdiction. And we have a jurisdiction problem, constitutional problem. So we as a people, we have to step away from all of these colonial master system. That's why here today, my brother Eru is here today. We're going to talk about name changing. Because name changes is an essential thing to go forward as a people. Next thing I want to find out.
I don't want glass over that either. It's not just name changing. In the African tradition, the naming system, my brother, was a big thing. Because when a child born, to accept that child in the world, the naming system was an elaborate ceremony. So when we come on now, when I come and I read certain book and talk about unnamed Africans were thrown overboard. There was no unnamed African.
No, so
unnamed African
them guys you come around here with them.
Were murdered on the plantation. No, that's one of the first great thing the African does. The naming system was so serious, my brother. Sometimes them name before you're born. In some societies, they name you as you're born. The naming was the objective for you to live.
Okay.
So they name you. Probably at that time there was a famine in the land. So name you now, bringer of good food. The type of name.
Then,
So in
yeah.
other words, you're gonna bring good food. They name you. They give you a name, which all
Purpose.
definitely
Okay.
and a mission and an objective, not just John Tom, Mary Blue, and so on. You know what I mean? So, my brother, I don't want glass over that again.
No.
The naming system
System.
is a powerful
All
system.
right. And next thing, I might sound a bit controversial, but it's me this. You understand? I don't want no one refer to me as black. Because black is not an ancient word. You know? Because based on my researching, yeah, I realize we as a people being reclassified 4 times. They reclassified us as Indians, and then they reclassified us as niggers. Then they reclassified us as colored people. Then they reclassified us as black people. So me still throw a question here now for ask. What is our true status as a people? You know? Because they did do so much reclassifying on us as a people. We need to know what is our true status.
Well, if you feel better, you can say Ethiopians. That some virgins say they are Ethiopians. And
one
some
of the
people
things-
say they're Africans.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
one of the
ahead.
things that I use all the while, and I tend to use Genesis chapter 2, verse 13 of the Bible. God created man in his own image and placed him in the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden had a river running through it. And the same river runs through the land of Ethiopia. That is the first named landmass. So if God did make man in his own image and put him in the Garden of Eden, and the Garden of Eden is in Ethiopia, so God is an Ethiopian. They are simple as that. But as a youth, when I asked that question, my teachers used to say, no, it's a different Ethiopia. It's not the one that is in Africa. It's a different Ethiopia. So they try to pull the wool over your eyes and try to keep you in that state that you don't know what is happening. And they dictate the narrative at all time. So this is the time we are living in now, and give thanks to the Honorable Marcus Garvey that had started the work of enlightening our people. Because Mr. Garvey don't tell him, say, if you want to worship a white God, so be it. I, Marcus Garvey, shall worship God, my God, through the spectacles of Ethiopia. So that is where the journey it started for I and I.
Yes, absolutely. We want to mention that there will be function this Saturday. This Saturday, there will be function, Africa Liberation Day function at St. William Grand Park. This will be put on by the KSAMC. The new KSAC used to be. So with the new regime coming, you know, under Angela Brownberg, they had the yearly celebration of Africa Liberation Day at St. William Grand Park. Well, for a while I don't hear not much about it. But this year now, they'll be having it. I have been invited to our bookstall, which is very good, that there's some person who recognize the importance of books. So on Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock, and I know it probably go up until 7. But it will be at the St. William Grand Park, Africa Liberation Day. So, little more now, we'll be talking to Brother Kelly, one of the councillors for the Whitfield Town Division, We'll be talking to him at 7 o'clock about this Africa Liberation Day function. Because you remember our party, Marcus Garvey People's Political Party, went to the park and we earmarked 3 white statues. Remember the statues, them? The white statues, 3 white statues, including Victoria in the park. And we earmarked. So I made sure I called the KCMC. I said, one of your first duties must be to dismantle those statues. You have to lick them down. We have to lick them down. And not only that, I've been assured, I said, you can't have a park named after a man. And you don't have no picture of the man inside the park. Oh, logs. You know, as St. William Grant was a great man. The man was brute, him greater than Buster. Because when he was brutalized over Central, them sent for Buster bed. When him arrest Buster, all them dramatic foolishness, they shoot me and not my people. It hocus pocus story. I'm known them time the little black police now go shoot the big red man. You know? Go open them chest. Shoot me and not my people. In the joke business. But let me tell the truth, people. When they arrested Buster at the corner of Church Street and North Street, it was at a meeting. It was St. William Grant who organized the meeting. So they arrested Buster and St. William Grant Park. Took them to same place for Central Day today. They took them there. Buster used to live off of Beckford Street. The police sent up to Beckford Street for Buster's bed. The police, send go up, them send for Buster bed and bring it to Central for him to sleep comfortable on. So I tell about the jail bill of make this thing about shoot me and not my people. And then them bust up St. William Grant's head. Bust up and made it back now and put him to sleep on the cold concrete. That's what they did to St. William Grant Park. So if a park is named after him now, you have a statue of Buster at the park. But you have no, even that small picture of the great man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't you see? Not only that. Our same black people are perpetuating when we should have corrected that long time. But are perpetuating.
Long time. But
you know.
Own people,
it's what I mean. So
it's not only the white man.
You know, so because you see, some years ago, when we were demonstrating in support of Nzinga King at the St. William Grant Park, there were some people there working there who were obviously traitors of the black race. And they were cursing us. Even the police were harassing us, threatening to arrest us. At the St. William Grant Park, It's a Liberation Park. But they didn't want liberation that time. You know what I mean? So these are the things that we have got to tell the people. So if you have a more progressive councillors, because what I point out to them, not just for Africa Liberation Day, we have so much days that it's important to have celebration of those days in our city. Taki have a celebration in Port Maria every year, somewhere around April 7th. You have a celebration out in Morant Bay for Paul Bogle in October, yearly. You have a celebration in December to honor Sam Sharp in Montego Bay. But even with these celebrations, you need to have a celebration in the city of these great heroes. So you're not going to stop those, but you're going to raise the temperature with when it comes on to your city. You can't be mayor things of the city and you're not highlighting the great blackness. You must have a Marcus Garvey Day in the city.
Yes.
Every 17th of August, just go so. No, the birthday of one of the greatest black man. Not only we say so, but the enemy says so. I'm not saying the enemy, but God will tell us, be not quick to take a title for another race. Take your title from your brother. Because that other race is only camouflaging before your very face. So, my brothers, I'm going to talk to Brother Kelly and see how much, because we want Haile Selassie Day, we want Mandela Day, we want Kwame Nkrumah Day. You know, all the days now. You must have a function. Steve Biko, and much more Africans.
Steve Biko, more than the rebel, more than Mandela.
Yes.
That's why them kill him.
Yes. Yeah, man. So we're gonna have all of that and so on. But every you want to say a little about African Liberation Day?
Well, in truth, the day in itself tell you know African liberation. And one of the things that we are looking at is to have a name changing ceremony annually on African Liberation Day, in which we will cast away the name of the white man. And a lot of people don't realize the little trick that they put on the people. The name that they tell you says surname, and they spell it Surname. It is truly Sirname. Our foreparents got the sir that control the plantation. That's the name that your foreparents got. Surname. But they switch it around and spell it Sur, and you're not realizing say it's the same white man name you have. The Sirname. So we are talking to a number of people. I've called the Registrar General Office, and we want to have an annual name changing ceremony or ritual, whichever word you prefer to use. And we're starting with our brethren here. He's the first one that registered to change his name on African Liberation Day at 34 Camp Road. And this now will relinquish, and I will read the poll. You sign a document known as a deed poll. And it says, in pursuance of such change of name, I declare, and I shall at all times herefore, on all records, deeds, documents, and instruments in writing, occasions and suits, transactions, and otherwise, I shall be called by my subscribed name, and in my case, it was Heru Aishakamusa Menelek. And it goes further to say, I do hereby on my behalf absolutely renounce, relinquish, and abandon the slave master name as it appears on my birth record. And in lieu thereof, I assume and adopt the name Heru Aishakamusa Menelek. So this is the document that you will sign, and after the date that it is signed, you are no longer known by your surname, your English name. You are now known by your African identity name. We have books with African names, so if you don't have African names, we have books there at 34 Camp Road that you can get the name that you want. You read it and it have the meaning. So if you say a name like Kwaku mean born on a Wednesday. So all people who born on a Wednesday, you can get your name any day of the week, the month of the year, The season, you have names to the season. If you're born in a spring, summer, autumn, winter, if you're born in the night, if you're
5
born in
minutes.
the
Call him
evening,
back.
we have names for all of those things. So you have to know, get your name, get the forms, because we're going to get the forms from the Registrar General
He's ready.
Department.
He's ready now.
And you just come in, register the name. It costs, I think, $2,000 to change the name. But for those who can't afford it, we are hoping to have some fundraising events that we will raise funds to help those who do have it. Because we know some of our brothers and sisters have the will to change their name, but they don't have the funding.
All right, Brother Hero, I just want hold a little. And so we have Brother Kelly on the line. Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice, Brother Kelly. We have in the studios with me, I think you know Brother Heru Aishaka Musa Melik. He's a Justice of the Peace. You probably know when he was, I hate to call him name, but you know, when I used to call him Racy. Racy from beside the gun court, not the gun court, the traffic court, South Camp Road, Justice of the Peace. And then we have Brother Antoine. He's the president of the Marcus Garvey movement. And we have Brother Rose, another brethren right here. So we're great to have you.
I was a former member of the UNI on campus, and then a little after I left, they changed the name to the Marcus Garvey movement.
Yes. Well, once you're a Garveyite, you're permanently a Garveyite, you know. Yes. Well, we want to talk to you because we see a great horizon before us.
Yes.
This marketplace coming up this Saturday to celebrate Africa Liberation Day. Tell us about it.
So, well, first of all, I have to let you know that they are changing name. It's no longer Africa Liberation Day, but Africa Day. The AU, African Union, had made those changes some time ago.
Yes.
And well, basically, you know, we have to appreciate the cultural importance of the African diaspora.
Mm-hmm.
You know that although they say we are out of many one people, in fact, 70% of our populace are of African descent. And so in fulfillment of our role in terms of cultural development, which is also one of our roles, and also in fulfillment of our role, that is the parish council, the KSAMC, of local economic development in terms of assisting small business persons. We have, for the last few years, had a Africa Day, which was previously Africa Liberation Day. We're just revitalizing it and resuscitating it now after the COVID period. And it's going to be a real big affair. We hope it's a pop-up village at St. William's Grand Park this Saturday, the 25th.
Yes.
Starting at 10.
Yes.
We'll have some African food on sale, African
crafts,
clothing, craft items, jewelry.
Books,
you know. And we hope to have some sampling too of food. We have some of the High Commission, Nigerian and South African High Commission there.
Yes.
And we'll be showcasing African art as well.
Beautiful. The theme that I see here on the flyer is Africa Rising, Rekindling Our African Heritage.
Yes.
Yeah, man. That very powerful line. Africa Rising, Rekindling Our African Heritage.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, how can we rekindle when we're not even teaching African heritage in schools?
Well, this is something we have to keep learning. The political party to which I am a party to, the People's National Party, we have been saying that upon our return, we hope to ensure that Marcus Garvey is more solidified in terms of the syllabus in our schools. And I will do my part to hold my party accountable in that regard.
Absolutely essential. And,
Yes.
and also, although this is Africa Day, there are other outstanding work by some great Africans and some great Africans over in Jamaica. You know, Sam Sharp, Paul Bogle, Taki, and so on. I think they need to be honored also in the capital. You see,
Yes.
the KSAMC isn't just another municipal council.
It is the capital.
It is the capital. And I think that it's important that we honor all these great people in their respective eras, but also in the capital. Don't you think so?
I think that's a fair and reasonable belief, yes. And we have to, we're all, this, our new Mayor Andrew Swaby, has said that he intends to relook at the way in which we honor our citizenry.
Yes.
Of high note, and so I am going to bring that into the discussion. Oftentimes when we honor, we don't remember those who have gone, we're looking at those who are present. So we now need to look back into history.
Most definitely.
Yes. But I wanted one of the things though. The whole thing is connected, because I fear the day in a few decades from now when that scourge of probably skin cancer overtakes so many Jamaicans due to this bleaching that so many have taken to. It's going to be a public health nightmare. And I believe that when we begin to truly teach African pride and pride in yourself, and that which comes from the teachings of Marcus Garvey, we will see a reversal of that. So everything is connected.
Yes, and there's a strong cry over the years that imagine St. William Grand Park named after such a great man,
yes.
and we have not even a picture of him in the park.
I can tell you with no hesitation that under this mayor that matter will be resolved. We had and on this matter I have to big up a former councillor Garrick Walker. Garrick Walker was just in the last term the councillor for the Brandon Hill division. And you would know, if you know the history of St. William Grant, he has some strong connections up that side.
Okay.
And he was relentless in his appeal. Is an appeal that the park is named for St. William and there is nothing in the park of him. So we believe at least a bus will have to be erected.
Beautiful.
I can say, that former mayor, Dr. Angela Brownberg, had actually, how should I say, had found a particular government agency willing to fund it. And it so happened that there was an election and that wasn't followed through.
Oh, I see.
In the successive administration.
Nice.
But this one, I have heard the present mayor speak to the fact that we need a spot to honor St. William Grant in his park.
Yes, I presume you know the park. You have walked the park, right?
I have walked the park. I'm originally from Spanish Town, so I don't want you to believe I'm a born Kingstonian. But go ahead.
No, because what I'm getting at now is that there are 3 white statues in the park. There are 3 white statues in the park.
Yes.
And we think, we could start with Victoria.
Yes.
Yes. That we feel that these statues should come down.
Well, listen. The discourse, this is a time right for us to have the conversation. We are presently going through a whole discussion about constitutional reform and whether we should still have one foot in Britain through the justice system or not. And so I think we can start here to begin to have the discourse, whether you want to write to the council, whether you want to submit a resolution. I believe our mayor will be willing to hear, and our council will be willing to hear the views of our citizens.
So Saturday is a good place to start.
Well, we're
starting.
I don't know if in the middle of the pop-up village, but certainly we're going to have, if you want, we can, I know the mayor is going to be there, so we can have that discussion. I can facilitate that. We can, it will start there. It won't end there, you know.
No, but
so it will start.
Once you start, like Mao Zedong, if it's 1,000 miles you go walk, you have to make the first step.
Yes. And progress isn't an event, you know, it's a journey.
Yes. Now, you will also have speakers at the function. Can you, and performers?
The chief speaker will be Professor Carolyn Cooper. And we hope to have our MC, Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks, who will be our MC and our chief storyteller. And we're going to have some real big artists. We're going to have the, drumming, African dancing. But in terms of our big artists, because we're still in,
planning.
Agreements have been reached, but we haven't inked the deal.
Yes.
My trepidation.
So you don't want to call a name yet?
Don't call a name, but
yes.
Trust me, if you come out, you will not. So, by the way, now, so we start in the pop-up village at 10, but the concert itself will be starting 2:30. And that's where I'm inviting all who listening our voice right now to come out at St. William Grand Park, and you won't be disappointed. At the end of the function, it's a free event, but you'll be so impressed. You'll feel guilty that you didn't pay. That's how good. That's the kind of artist we are lining up right now. Yes. And we'll be having our literature also on display and for purchase.
Yes.
Yes. So looking forward to see you, Sir Lorne.
I will be there, my brother. I will be there.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, man, books will be on sale.
You always have some eye-opening literature there.
Yes, man. We have to revive the whole thing, We have to get the whole thing going again, man.
And this thing where people say if you want to hide something from a black man, you put it in a book. We have to dispel it.
Yes.
And you have a listenership, and we have to. This event on Saturday is a place for African conscious people to come out and speak with one another and eyeball each other.
Yes. So again, it is on Saturday. Starting
25th.
at 25th, Saturday 25th, starting at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Africa Day. The theme is Africa Rising, Rekindling Our African Heritage.
Definitely.
No founder want duck out in the African heritage, want bleach out in the African heritage, want shoot out in the African heritage. We're going to make sure to stop that foolishness now and start to propagate and be proud. Be proud of your African heritage.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So
once we know we are from royalty,
yes,
we will begin to act in a regal manner,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So that's what we want to. And in terms of performances, you'll be having some of those children at some of the schools them in the corporate area performing.
Yes, we have agreed. We have agreed Tivoli coming out. We have Asher coming as well. So we have good quality. We have good quality. And you know, we're going to have storytelling, as I said before. We're going to have a little open mic session too, because, you know, this country is so rich with
talent.
It's amazing. And we have a duty when we have a forum to unearth that talent.
Yes, expose that talent, man.
Expose, yes.
Because the dancing is of a very high standard. That drumming and that dancing, wow, it's amazing.
Definitely.
Yes.
So please come out, everyone, this Saturday. It's going to be a fun event. Please walk with, it's a free event, but we're going to have some great African food and clothing, jewelry, books. So walk with something, because you have to buy something to carry home. You have to buy something of Africa.
Yes.
And support our African heritage.
Beautiful. Brother Heru is here with us, the JP.
Yes.
Brother Heru, you want to say something to Brother Kelly?
Give thanks, Brother Kelly. And
Yes,
I must
sir,
give thanks to the occasion that we have finally come around to recognizing ourselves, our roots, and to celebrate our blackness. This is what has been missing out. And as Brother Miguel said earlier, the whole thing of bleaching and straightening out their hair to look like someone that they are not. So I must give thanks for this occasion that we are having this Africa Day. I notice many communities we don't have an African name community. All communities is named after European places. We want some communities with African names, the street them. Communities. Everything is copied from Britain, England, and Europe. Even America. We need to start to have some streets now named after our African leaders, our great people of Africa.
What you saying, Brother Kelly?
No, I was agreeing with Brother Peru that many of these places are named after people who used to whip us. You know?
Because when I learned that East Street, I'm on East Street. And when I learned that East Street was named after a pastor or a deacon who was over the East Queen Street, a white man, of course, over the East Queen Street Church or something like that. I said, what?
Okay.
You know what I mean? East Street. I thought it was East, West, North, and South. No, it's actually a man.
And a few years ago, I don't know if you remember the whole controversy with Lady Musgrave.
Yes, we do.
Because Lady Musgrave Road, the Lady Musgrave Road was named for the wife of Governor Musgrave. She took offense to having to pass the black man at Devon, because I don't know if persons know, but the Devon house was the house of the first black millionaire. First wealthy black person. And she took such offense of having to drive past his house. She demanded that her husband build a road that she wouldn't have to pass his house. And that is how we have Lady Musgrave Road. So
change it.
It is not only in our city. I think we have to raise the consciousness, and we have to bring to bear the forces. African conscious forces need to bring to bear.
Yes.
We need a rising.
Right. Well, sometimes you need a pushing too. So we will be here to push you all, you know, and to bring the catalyst to bring about Africa rising.
Yes.
And I just want to add quickly before you go that Mayor Angela Brown Burke had started the process to name Great George Street in Almontown after the Honorable Marcus Garvey, because he was the elected representative for that municipality.
Okay.
It had been tabled in the House, but after the PNP had lost the election, we noticed nothing else happened. So we want to revive that. Great George Street being named Marcus Garvey Street.
You have a yes, you have a whole for writing down to the Brother Kelly. You have a
Yes,
lot of
please.
work. Right. Thank you. Because
So we'll meet on Saturday and we can continue the discussion in terms of how we
yes.
we look at the lobbying efforts, how we do it, yes.
Because you remember that Marcus Garvey represented Almontown
Yes.
when he was part of it.
I must confess, I knew he was elected as a council. I didn't recall exactly the division.
Yes, man, Almontown was special.
Almontown,
yes. Brother Kelly, I really thank you. Thanks a lot. I know you are busy at this time, and we'll be willing to work with you, my brother, in terms of bringing.
I'm right now. I'm at looking some things to plan for my Labor Day project tomorrow. The KCC will be doing a Labor Day project at the Jamaica Society for the Blind.
Where that is?
On Old Hope Road, 111 and a half Old Hope Road. Beside Matilda's, near Matilda's Corner Police Station and the Campion back gate there.
111.
11 and a half.
Yes.
Old Hope Road.
Old Hope Road.
Yes. So just purchasing some plants that we'll be doing our beauty. What we'll be doing, we will be reconstructing a ramp there.
Yes.
For those who are disabled.
Yeah, I see.
So
yes, that's an important. That's an important function also.
Well, Michael Malley had said, let us put work into Labor Day, so we continue the legacy.
Yes. So remember now, people, 11 and a half Old Hope Road.
111.
111 and a half Old Hope Road. That will be the Labor Day project.
For KCC.
For KCC. Beautiful. 111 and a half Old Hope Road Labor Day project tomorrow. And it's building a ramp for the disabled. Correct?
Yes.
So again, please, if they need to do some work in the morning, but make sure you go there and give a helping hand. Thanks a lot, Brother Kelly.
Thank you so much for the opportunity and continue to do the good work.
Yes.
I pray strength that you and the team may be able to continue the great work that you're doing and bringing consciousness to our people.
All right. That's what we do to my brother. And we are here to strengthen you. Give thanks.
Respect and love. Thanks much.
Give thanks. Give
Respect,
thanks.
right.
Give thanks. Right. That's what Brother Kelly there. He's a counselor for the Whitfield Town Division. Part of the KCC Council case, AMC Corporation Council, and they will be putting on Saturday, May 25th, starting at 10 o'clock at St. William Grand Park, that's downtown Kingston, right downtown, 10 o'clock, Africa Day. So come along, Black people, come show off your blackness, come and be proud of your blackness. There'll be speakers, there'll be drumming, there'll be dancing, there'll be food, there'll be books, there'll be display. Come and, whether you buy something or not, come and participate. Yes, we want to make this Africa Liberation Day. They don't call it Liberation anymore. It's Africa Day, but we still say Africa Liberation Day, and so on. So all of us here going to turn up, eh? Yes. And when we turn up now, we're going to have to be the teachers of this thing, you know. More than likely, we go have to do the research and pass it on to the mayor and the councillors. Other days, other great, important Black African days that we're going to need to celebrate, eh? We can give them a list. Because if we don't mind sharp, we can find reason to celebrate every day.
Yes. We must always remember Black History Month started with Black History Day. It was just a day.
Yes.
And then it went to Black History Week.
All right.
And it became Black History Month.
All right.
So we have to elevate it to Black History Year.
All right. And what I like is, I went by the family court downtown today, and I saw a board, and it says Black History Month. Apparently, they had put up pictures and sayings on that board for Black History Month, which was February. some wise person said, well, make it say. So even in May, it's still Black History Month, but it stays put up. And it looks so beautiful that to take it down and leave a blank board now would be a curse. So that's the type of thing. And this was the family code. So we need in the municipal buildings, in the government buildings, and so we need proper decorations and proper honoring of our ancestors.
And on that point, Brother Miguel, we must ensure advertisers, the gleaner, and the media, whenever you are advertising a product, try to use a black image. We have too much white images in the newspaper. If they are advertising something,
Car,
right,
paint.
it is pure white images.
Mm-hmm.
So we are at the point now that we have to start to create that image in the children's mind, that when they look and they see themselves, they feel proud of themselves. But when they keep constantly seeing these white images advertising things,
they want to be white.
They want to be white. So we have to ensure that we write. I am going to write to the Gleaner about it, because I was going through the Gleaner the other day and it just jumped at me.
It must be deliberate.
A lot of these white images still. You're advertising a car, you see a white image. You're advertising cornflakes, you see a white image. Paint, you see a white image.
Yes.
So we need to now get to these advertisers and let them know, project the black image now.
Yes, yes.
All those songs are intentional.
Yes.
While I have to listen attentively to the interview that was done by Miguel and Heroin, the counselor. But we have to dig a little bit deep, gentlemen. When we look at even the parish names, St. Elizabeth, St. James, St. Thomas, St. Catherine, and then in these parishes, we have the white images, the white statues, white symbols. All of this was done, as we know, is because of an empire which was ruling at the time, which came on this very island and left their images and their symbols and their names behind. That's all a part of the colonialism that they left behind, that still remained in Jamaica right here, right now, right? Where most Jamaicans don't even know their history. I can tell you that straight and plain. The school system has failed us. The Constitution has failed us. And while I just call that name Constitution, the Constitution reform to me is one big joke. It's a sham. It's a hypocrisy straight across the board, because the people as stated clearly that they need an executive presidency style of constitutional change, right? And we have implemented how that would emancipate all our brothers and sisters from mental slavery. And a part of that strategy, if you're dealing with the Constitution, should be renaming these parishes and removing, eliminating all vestiges of our colonial masters, the statues, the speeches, the pictures, the names.
Why it's so hard?
It's hard because it's
years it has been talking about. 30, 40, 50 years, this what you just say now.
But Miguel, that's the hypocrisy.
Yes.
That's the hypocrisy.
No, look, and let's swing the argument into Golding. Why the hell him need a British citizen at this time?
Exactly, as if him never know same of the dual citizenship.
But why him need joke Golding?
Big joke.
Yes.
Joke business.
Nothing like that, man.
Joke business.
I'm surprised,
man. If it come to the test, then I will have to just relinquish my citizenship from England.
It shouldn't have to force you to
It's joke.
It shouldn't have to force.
It's joke. These persons in the very same constitution swear allegiance to the crown. And until we abolish that constitution, where it is fully changed for the people, by the people, and of the people, then we will always be in this mental captivity that we're in right now, which we call mental slavery.
You see, one of the things I keep saying is that
occupation.
Make we look at this thing objectively. The crime rate is out of hand. The policies pursued by the government is joke. It's not working. It's not stopping the guns from coming in. It's not stopping the guns from being used. The mounting more coming in now than ever. You know. And yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Don't expect what is happening is going to change by PMP and GLP because these guys want this system as it is.
So who going to change it?
It's only we, the people, can do it.
All right. Suggest the formula.
Well,
Suggest the
as
method.
we start about the name changing, go away with them so-called constitution. Go away with
but shouldn't we put a constitution in place?
Well, no, there's a constitution is in place which these guys replace it, you know.
Or there was a constitution?
The constitution that created by the indigenous people of this land. Where these guys replace the constitution to their suit, their likings, their doings.
It was written?
It is there.
It was written.
It is written. It is there.
So this was by the original people that
remember,
were here?
you know, we are presently under occupation, you know.
Yeah, I know all that, but I'm
these guys.
Wait, no, brother. You say a constitution was here, so I want to know. Everybody's program is to educate.
Yes, brother.
Right. So if we're gonna educate people, we can't let them.
Remember, so when the so-called Christopher Columbus and these guys came here, they came here and see some civilized people, you know.
Yes.
Who had a civilization operating before these guys came here.
Yes.
So these guys did have laws, rules, trade, based on trades and all of these things in place before these guys came here. So it's after them guys here come here after 1492, Christopher Columbus and them friend them. Then come here and them change up a lot of things. They operate out of operation of discovery. They operate out of color of law. They operate out of foreign jurisdiction. All of these institutions who are presently operating are illegal on the people. And we have to touch on these points because if we're not going to deal with these part of the law called art, these guys put the law, the crown.
I hear what you said, and I agree.
The crown,
the
crown is the ones that keep things in place and intact.
Yeah, right. But we're talking now that we want to. If you don't even want to use the word constitution, but we have some system in place to govern the people. We have some sort of system.
Yeah.
What would you call it?
System. Why we have the system where we have to we.
In other words, everybody couldn't drive on the right of the road. When you're going in one direction, drive left, and when the other, you see what I mean? Because it will be chaos if everybody drive right. So you have to have some regulations to regulate things.
Yes.
What would you call it?
Well, brother.
Well, there are some treaties in place that you could use to, formulate how your people would live and how you would interact with each other. It's like in the earlier days, you use salt as a means of trading. You understand? Instead of money, present day money, the bartering system. So there were systems in place by our ancestors that were put away by these people. And one thing I want to highlight all the while I try to make this point. When the Spaniards came here, they saw people. They saw the Indians around the island, the coast of the island. But when they came into the inner sanctum of the island, they saw the Africans. And this is why they called the Africans that they saw Cimarron. The Spanish word Cimarron means wild people, because they were not as docile as the Indians that they found on the outskirts. They resisted them. And it's out of that resistance that they call them Cimarron.
Mm-hmm.
The English morphed that word into maroon.
Mm-hmm.
And when the English took over in 1655, when they so-called defeated the Spanish, they renamed everything to reflect their culture, English culture. Everything was renamed.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why it is important that we are here now. We must now culturally name things to reflect our culture.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring you now to this birth certificate document.
Mm-hmm.
That when we look at it, this is the document that is produced when you are born.
Right. So you have a sample of a birth certificate.
Yes.
Right. Normal birth certificate that you have, people. That's what he's looking at. A normal, nothing special, nothing exceptional about it. A normal birth certificate.
And I want you to look at it when you all have one at home. No, we have never questioned anything about it yet. No, there's a number that they call your birth number. It's a serial number, a registration number.
Mm.
In my instance, it was AA 9715.
Mm-hmm.
That recorded your birth. This individual that was born on this day was given that number. There's another number on the top, 0102448, which is a serial number that I found out later on of the document itself.
Mm-hmm.
But there's another number hidden way down the bottom in red. A78629395. Now, this number at the bottom is the number that records you as a property of the crown. You are a property of the crown.
Well, I know. So you go register yourself for that property of the crown?
No, but because of how it is done.
So
remember,
once you
in
register
English,
the bird,
in English they teach you.
Well, once you register the bird, you become property of the crown?
Yes. And in English,
Mm-hmm.
they teach you when you write a name, you start with a capital letter, and then the rest of it is common letter.
Mm-hmm.
But if you notice on your birth certificate, you are in all capitals.
Mm-hmm.
That means you're a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
You're not an individual. You're not a living entity.
They refer to you as dead.
To you, right? To you now, you are worth to them on the stock market when they register this number now. This is what they get if they redeem you as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
And research on this was done by some brothers from the Moorish Empire. We'll try to get the tape that we could refer you to the tape that they would explain to you how it works. But also on the document, we are always of the opinion that the Registrar General at Spanish Town is the highest person in this institution.
Mm-hmm.
The Registrar General Department. But let me read to you what it is. It says, Registrar General and Deputy Keeper of the Records.
So she or he is the keeper of the records.
Deputy.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to now do some investigation to find out who is the keeper of the records.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When we investigated, we found out that the Chief Justice, the Chief Legal Officer of the country, is the keeper of the records. Why we should ask, why the Chief Legal Officer?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are a property to the crown and the crown is transacting anything, it is a legal proceeding that would take place, and it has to be guided by their chief legal officer, which is our Chief Justice. Yes.
It will be Brian Sykes.
Yes.
Does he know this?
Well, when I wrote to him, I wrote to him and tried to engage him in the naming, because before they had stopped us from changing all your 3 names. You could change your 2 surname, but your
No,
2 Christian name,
Yes.
but you couldn't change your surname. So it's after challenging from the Chief Justice before Sykes, that lady, I can't remember her name. Makala.
Zayna Makala.
Zayna Makala. She demitted office without answering me.
Oh.
She demitted office. And then when I got to Sykes now, after years, they eventually came out and said, well, you're allowed to change your 3 names now. Before, it was not done.
Powerful. You know why you think that is? Because they're bringing them gender.
Yeah, that's right.
The reason I think why they make that great shift is because them bringing them gender a basis, them what them call them? Gender identity. Them gender identity with them LBGQT. So in order for them to do all of them just because them have a thing where them say everybody now can be what they want to be or call themselves what they want to be. So that is part of them agenda why them really kind of
relax it.
Cause for them thing I forgot through, but a fire burn for them. Straight.
So, Brother Hero, no, you can't leave it hanging. You have to go look further now. Yeah, because what you're saying now, that there's a bottom number, which on the birth certificate, which that bottom number is on a different number on every birth certificate.
Yes, because it is individual specific. So you won't find 2 of the same numbers.
So what does number signify differently from being a property of the state? I mean, what can the state?
Yes, no, you're a value to the crown. You're a value to the crown. That value, when you add up the 3 million Jamaicans who have a birth certificate, and each person carries a value.
So if it's even $1, it's a whole heap.
It's a whole heap.
It's a whole heap more than $1.
And these
no, we know it's by far more than $1.
Yeah, man.
Based on the natural resources
and
the
what the investigation is showing now is that these figures, when you add up the cost of all of these individuals, it can be traded on the international stock exchange. It is a value. It's monetized. So each of us is being monetized by this number.
Them want to go to the World Bank to borrow some money. Them use we as a part of them
collateral.
Right? If them want to go to the IMF, them show how much slave them up on them corporation system. Record can say, all right, them can provide certain amount of production. It's a production force. You understand what I say?
And one of the questions that we had asked this question years ago. At 1834, when they had Emancipation Proclamation being read. 1834, the proclamation was read, but you were not full free until 1838. That 4 year from 1834 to 1838 was the period they call the apprenticeship period. So even though you were proclaimed free in 1834, you were not free. You had to work for 4 years without pay to 1838 when they declared you full free. Within that time, the crown paid the so-called slave masters 20 million pounds. So we argued, what was that 20 million pounds for?
Mhm.
Some say it was for the loss of the use of the enslaved Africans. But what some had said in later interpretation was the 20 million pounds was the payment for the value of each of the Africans that were there. So the crown bought the Africans from the white slave masters. That is what the 20 million pounds, not for the lack of use. Because remember, the actual 4-year period was done for free. We didn't get anything. Our four parents got nothing.
Well, it have value because during those 4 years, we produce sugar, pimento,
Yes.
cows,
Yes.
all those things. Somebody must have gotten that value.
And to add the insult, we show that it had an intergenerational wealth generating portion of it, because in Westmoreland, you had one of the white slave owners there in Westmoreland.
Mhm.
He went back to England and started the famous Barclays Bank. History has shown it. We have the history to show it. He started Barclays Bank. One of them started the railway system in Britain.
In other words, they had money,
Yes.
a lot of money.
So while they could have intergenerational wealth to today, because our former British Prime Minister, Cameron is a member of the family that had Barclays Bank.
Mhm.
He's a member of that family.
We need some great mathematicians who are also accountants who really start work out. You know what I mean? Because that's a 4 years
Yes.
of no pay.
Yes.
In other words, we have to start sit down and work out how much them really owe we.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
Mhm.
Marcus Garvey Jr.
Mm.
in 1997 did it. And he said the crown owes us 77 trillion pounds. That's then, 1997. 77 trillion pounds with the compound interest yearly from 1834 to now.
Mhm. 77 million.
77 trillion
Trillion.
pounds.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we need to put pen to paper and bring it up to date today, that we can show when you had intergenerational wealth, we had intergenerational poverty. That's why 2 million of our Jamaicans are homeless people.
Mhm.
2 million. Only 800,000 Jamaicans own property.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
More than half your population is homeless.
Rent payers are homeless.
Rent payers are homeless. Gladwin Brown, a former classmate of mine, went out of his mind because he didn't understand that he was homeless. He lost his job and couldn't pay his rent for 3 months. And the landlord got an eviction notice from the court, and the court bailiff came and evicted him. Throw everything out on the sidewalk. It drove the man crazy. He couldn't believe it.
Mhm. Mhm.
He lived somewhere up in Havendale. Couldn't believe it. Homeless. So long as you don't have that title with your name on it, you're a homeless person.
Mhm. Mhm. I know some people listening to us now, and I'm here numbers like 77 trillion and with interest and all those figures now. And would people, we hear these figures, we were wondering why them so poor. know what I mean? Why they say we're poor?
Because we have been manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
We're under occupation.
And it was intentional why they stopped teaching us civics, that you know the governmental structure and how you operate within any given society, your rights within any given society. And this is why they can manipulate every election. They commit a fraud, and yet still the elections are deemed legal under section 91 of the Representation of the People's Act. It says you should not bribe anyone, promise anyone, give anyone anything before, during, or after an election. And we find that happening at every election, that money is given, favors are given, promissory notes are given for people to vote. It's against the law. The Representation of the People's Act, subsection 91, section 2, specifically tell you should not bribe anyone in an election. But it is commonplace today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we really have to look at the Constitution very seriously now that we are approaching what they call a constitution reform. We are saying it must be a change of the Constitution. You cannot reform something, patch up something that is bad. You will still get a bad product.
Yeah.
You have to change that Constitution. And in changing it, you are carrying and expressing the will of the people. When you look at the word democracy, you know, democracy is telling you it means government of the people, by the people, for the people.
Yes, yes.
So if you exclude the people out of the constitutional change, and you don't want to have a referendum that you come to the people and say, listen, what you want us to do, and you are going to, the 63, you're going to sit in parliament and say, we are doing this for you. No, that's not democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Democracy means it must engage the people, because you are in the House of Representatives. You are representing the people. The 30,000 people in a constituency could not go into parliament to articulate their position. Mm-hmm. So they elect, and this is why in the election, they elect one person out of the constituency to represent there. And that person must articulate their views. So we are doing a upside down constitution so far. So let us get it right. We have this time to do it. Let us get the constitution right. Change it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For us to move forward in Jamaica, we have to now do things the right way. And I want to give you this little memory gem. I want you to keep it in your head. Listen it. If I keep on doing what I've always done, I will always get what I've always got. So for you to get something different, you yourself have to do something different. This is where it's at now.
Uh-huh.
You have to do something different to get a different result.
Yes. Yes, definitely. You have said a lot, Eru. And I think we need a little time to absorb what you have said. Because what you have said now completely overturned the apple cart.
Yes.
You have completely toppled the apple cart now. Because you're saying that what is due to us as Black people. And at this time, you have raised so much issues. One, you're saying that all these elections are fraud. You understand, people? That's what Brother was saying. Now. All these elections should be declared null and void because the law says once you carry out this whole buying of election, this whole giving people voucher to go to hardware store, this whole monetary business, which so much of them, I mean, they do it they do it normally. They're not even hiding, they're doing it normally. Two party, make it clear. You know? So he's now saying that we cannot continue, not because the majority do it. That means right. No. So are there persons out there who think that what is said is sensible? Please give me a call. Give me a call. If there are persons out there who think it's sensible, you can call me at 279-8473. 279-8473. Please, I want to hear some other views. Also, you have said that intergenerational wealth, which has benefited the white people all these years, have kept us in poverty. We need to reverse it now, because so it keep you in wealth, it keep us in poverty. We now need to turn it around, that we become wealthy and you become poverty. Now, Marcus Garvey Jr. was a brilliant scientist. And for him to have at least 1997 to have worked out that you owe us 77 trillion. That's serious business. Greetings, member. Greetings. Yes, welcome. Yes, let me hear you now. Yes, we hear you now.
Yeah, man, I'm just healing up. I'm just listening to the program and feeling wonderful about it.
This is Minky from up.
Glendorf.
Yes, from Glendorf.
Yeah, my own Lawrence Tavern.
Yes, Lawrence Tavern, right. Yes, Minky. You hear what Brother Hero is saying?
Yeah, man, Brother Hero, I feel good about everything, man. I'm feeling wonderful.
So, we shouldn't walk thinking that we're poor.
Well, we just keep it. Okay.
We shouldn't walk thinking.
A tongue the other day.
Huh?
Remember I just sent you a tongue the other day.
I don't get to it yet, my brother.
Well, I just keep strong same way because I'm working on it.
All right, my brother. We'll keep in touch. Very good.
And Brother Errol just keep strong same way.
Nice. He's out of the studio just for a few minutes now, but I will certainly tell him that to call. Yeah, Brother Hero, Brother Minky, hearing you up. You want to talk? Yeah. Yes.
Give thanks, Brother Minky. Stay strong, as we try to build the nation in the proper way that we must rise up. Too much poverty. We have to change it around, and the time is now. We won't get a second chance to do it now because the constitution is up for change. We must change it and put the right constitution in place.
All right.
Most naturally, that's why I finished up a song named Greedy Now.
Mm-hmm. All right, Minky, we're going to get the song and play it. But thank you very much for calling and for encouraging us.
Bless you and stay strong and let's all live long.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bless him.
Yes. Yes, you mentioned the Representation of the People's Act and the fact that skullduggery. I mean, the MPs virtually tell you they practice it at their constituency office. The people actually tell you. When we go out there in the campaign, they tell us, I love your colors, the red, black, and green. I love Marcus Garvey. I love what you all do. They even ask us to give them some of the banners.
Merchandise.
Yes. Some of the merchandise. But they tell you plain, I'm not voting for you tomorrow, you know. I'd gladly take these things, but I'm not voting for you tomorrow. So why? Because I want to send my child to school on Monday. And you don't have no money to give me. I love what you're doing. I love what you're saying. I love all of that. But the bottom line, I need money to send my children to school tomorrow. That's what's happening now. Right now. People tell you openly and plain.
And you know, this is why the system remains the way it is. That the poor stay poor and the rich become super rich.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that we have to look on, my brothers and my sisters, we don't have a democratic system. We have what we call an oligarchy. An oligarchy is where the man with the money control the politician, and the controlling of the politician does things to ensure that this man make money. No party is a business, you know, that generate money. They depend on donations from these rich people.
Man, must get it. PMP and the JLP work.
No, come on, closer to the mic, brother.
And the PMP and the JLP work for the same boss. Don't make them divide and roll on about JLP and PMP. PMP and JLP work represent the crown. Wake up, my people. PMP and JLP no mean no good. I dead them man pound on here.
Yes.
So we have to look at it seriously. Just look at your community. If you are a senior citizen, you can reflect and say, 50 years ago, this community looked this way. And bring forward 50 years later. What improvement have you seen in your community?
None whatsoever.
Ask yourself the question, you know. But let us now look at some of the rich families. They start out with one store. I'm not naming no name. They start out with one store or one business or one whatever. Look what they have now. They have amassed one in every parish. Some now have overseas. You understand? So while they are growing and getting bigger, your dollar is shrinking smaller. Because when they tell you there's a legal minimum wage, they give you a legal minimum wage. But where is the legal maximum wage? When they pay themselves up to $2 million a week, there are companies today that people in there working get $2 million every week. And do no research and find out, you know, it is there. Do your research and find out. You have some of these big banks. Just go up there and find out how much the managing director gets. And you divide it by 52. When you hear him salary, divide it by 52, and you see how much him get every week. $2 million some of them carry home. And you and him buck up in the supermarket, you know, and you buy the same bread for the same price. Yes, that is what the system is giving us today. So we must change it. We're talking about crime. Crime is caused by poverty. Poverty. When you look at the number of cases, I am in the courts, and sometimes we have 53 cases for the day. And out of the 53 cases, you might have 5 individuals over 30. Everybody else is 20 and in them teens. 20 and down in the teens. And when you look at the areas, you can count the areas on your hand because it is susceptible to certain areas.
All
The
right.
statistics will show you, you know.
Hold on. We have our next caller on the line. Caller, right? Yes, caller. Yes.
Yeah, man. Good night, huh?
All right. Greetings. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just drive in. I
Yeah.
come from we are the west, and me don't listen to the program driving home, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Me talk to you. I want to talk to you. One time I'm Bongo Jerry the on the show. I mean, I big you up. I tell you, so me know your shop there out of town there. You know, one time
Yes.
I come from New Kingston and I come down at town there. I pass one shop. You know, I don't remember which street there. Somewhere
East Street.
downtown,
East Street. Yes.
Yeah, I talk about it, yeah, man. Me hear a little bridge in there a while ago say TNT and JLP work for the same boss, you know.
Yes.
Me love what him say, and me love what all I want to say. Cause you know, the first time I read the Constitution of Jamaica, me feel you're a liar, you know more than me. Me feel bad in myself. Cause me say, oh my God, look when Michael Manley, Norman Manley, Buster Manti, Shearer, TJ Patterson, Portia Simpson Miller, Andrew Holness, Mark Golding them. But them hide from us so long, man. You know? Cause when me look on it, you know, the Virgin just say a while ago when me read the Constitution, you know, say the Mark Golding right now, the opposition leader. Him official title in the Constitution is King Charles Loyal Opposition.
Yes.
That is his official title.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Andrew Holness is a King Charles Prime Minister.
Yes.
Every government building in Jamaica is called Crown Corporation. You know?
Yes, I hear that, my brother.
Yeah, the executive, the senator, them, the whole, even the parliament building, that's our King Charles Parliament building. Every MP in there represent King Charles.
Yeah.
That's why if you notice, before Parliament is open, there's a mace, one crown, one glass out looking something. It have to go in first. That represents the crown.
How the Parliament can start.
Without it, and
Right.
it have to come out before everybody come out.
Yes.
And these men that I call their name, look at PJ Black.
Mm-hmm.
These men lied to our forefathers who couldn't read good. Because most of my people that were born in a day, my African brothers were born in a day, the 50s and 40s and 60s coming up, then couldn't read so good. So, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it pain me if you know, say, well, them man a trick we, and you see, them a try come with the next one now, this Constitution thing where them a come with, because me hear the Virgin name Caruth. Our name, the Virgin that read it.
Yeah, brother Heru.
That's true, yeah, Heru, yeah.
Yes.
How can you Constitution come from the word to constitute? So it's a set of laws that
is the highest law. That's why it's so important.
Yes, you see, where
if there are other laws
that constitute a document that constitute a set of laws that govern us, and then they're behind we back. PNP and JLP, they're behind we back right now and make laws, and they not tell we nothing about it. We not read it. What they're supposed to do, you know, is send out a document to the public, make we see it, and then the people then decide if they agree with some, because where the Virgin say is a democracy, right?
Yeah, but if they do it that way, send out a document and make her read it and think, I can guarantee that more than half the people won't even read the document And some of them know would just agree and just say, yes, make it go. And then later on them say, boy, me never know so that not document.
No,
So
it don't really matter.
No.
It don't really matter. This is 21st century.
Mm-hmm.
All of us went to high school. Everybody can read. Even the man you see wearing pants down my waist.
What I say is that him can read, but him don't read. Read.
Well, it's a democracy. So the people must decide. So they're not supposed to make no law behind no back. They're supposed to know about it.
That is it. I agree, no, brother. But let it come from the people. That's how we will know that them know about it. Let them put forward their views and reflect on the views.
Yeah, because I would say a lot that comes from the same people them work for King Charles. What do you think of that? Them are going to put things in that to support King Charles and continue to make King Charles rule over it, though?
Well, there are some who are enlightened and therefore will not do that.
Who that?
No, some of our people are growing. Some of them are growing.
No, man, the Constitutional Committee, I watch the people them on it.
Yes.
Apart from maybe Bongo Jerry brother, Hugh Small, I think maybe him are one of them. Even them are hide the document from them. They might hide some of the information from those people with on the Constitution.
All right, make a bit direct. One of the points that the opposition is saying, I can't sign this document because it retains the Privy Council in England. We cannot have 1/3 of our government. Our government have 3 angles: legislative, judiciary, and executive. 3.
Yes.
Right. You can't have 1/3, a very important 1/3, in the hands of our colonizers. That's what. Vietnam, brother. That's what Golding is saying. Golding is saying we can be a republic, but still retain the Privy Council. What is your view? What is your views on that?
All right. Even the dumbest man in Jamaica, you see?
No, my brother, I ask you what's what's your view on that? Nobody the dumbest man. Yes.
Yeah, my view on it is this. All right.
Should we retain the Privy Council or get rid of them?
Yes. I'm going to show you an intelligent part. 1962, that's how independent, but King Charles and Queen Elizabeth them still rule over it. Now that's how we want to go republic, but if they want the judiciary must be still guided by King Charles. How would we be a republic? We wouldn't truly be a republic, right?
No, them can change things and do things. All we are asking you, what you support, my brother? You want your judiciary?
No, look here now. We want to get rid of England, the crown land. Them we want to get rid of him once and for all. We don't want to send nothing to open up. We not even need no Caribbean port because the Caribbean people are not even like it. We need a Jamaican port because you have judge, you have intelligent people here in Jamaica. We are some of the most intelligent people in the world. We have judges here where you can get 14 judges, put them on one board and say, all right, this is the Jamaican court.
You're saying, you're saying that get rid of the Privy Council, get rid of the Caribbean Court of Appeal, and set up our Jamaican final. Set up a final Jamaican final Court of Appeal. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because black man is taught that we must always look to foreigners. We are not taught here to do things for ourselves. We have intelligent people here in Jamaica. We have intelligent judges, retired lawyers that we can have a Jamaican court. We don't need nobody to govern over us.
All right.
Whenever we become a republic, we get rid of everything from Buckingham Palace. Everybody.
All
They
right.
cycle everybody, and we have 12 or 14 judge, lawyers, and retired judge. Put them on board and make we have a Jamaican court.
All right,
we don't need nobody else to rule.
All right, my brother. I hear you. I thank you, because there are many who support your position, and I thank you for that. I have to move on now, though. I have to move.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself here and continue sensitize the people and about the truth. What happened and the trick where PNP and JLP have around that for years. But a full time now, we don't really want them again and to go about them business, because them are lying,
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, man. Big
Nice. Brother, I requested a song earlier on. I Pray Thee by Brother Big Youth. Yes. You have it there ready? Yes, I could hear it now. Yeah, man.
I pray thee. Why do thee then raise and the people imagine of such vain things? Vast kings of the earth that set themselves on the rule and state council together against the Lord God Rastafari and against his anointed, saying, now come let us break their bands of sundown and cast away their cards from us. The holy that seated in his heaven shall laugh. The Lord God Rastafari shall have them in his region. But then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex to them in his soul displeasure. For yet if I set thy kings upon the holy mountains of Zion, I will now declare the decree. The Lord God Rastafari had said unto I and I, that thou art thy sons this day have I begotten thee. No ask of I and I shall give thee then for thine inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for their possession. Jah shall break them with a rod of iron. Jah shall dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel, as I would say. So be wise, thee, for we kings be struck to thee for judges of the earth. Serve the Lord God to Rastafari with fear, rejoice with tremble. Kiss I an idle son unless he be younger, but perish from his ways. Good God. When his wrath is kindled but the liquor. And so blessed be all, blessed be everyone, as I would say. And blessed be all they that put their trust in the true and living God, the Rastafari. That this man shall be like the holy mountains of Zion that cannot be removed but abided forever. Because so the mountains round about Jerusalem, and so the Lord our God, the Rastafari, is round about his people, as I would say. The light of the wicked shall not rest upon the righteous, unless this individual righteous put forth his hands into iniquity. So do good, O Lord God, the Rastafari, unto them that are good, and unto those that are upright in their heart. Because such as when I turn into his crooked way, he don't say. The Lord God, the Rastafari, shall not turn his back to give the count to the right of his people. And you know, come and make me tell them about the son of God. On to the Satan. They got to come on me round the corner. On to the tell them about the on to the Satan.
Yeah, brother Miguel, good night.
Good night. Yes.
Yeah, good night to you and
Yes.
your panel host.
Yes.
Brother Miguel, you know one thing I want to say.
Yes.
You can notice we are going in Jamaica. The era them the declare first in the election, one of the worst coming to them to Jamaica, and Brother Miguel.
Yes.
Just notice.
Yes.
South Central to South. I want the worst community and they live in the condition I live at the people in our street, but and at them jump up in the election time and declare them coming pressure video and the full community, the more better community to Jamaica. You understand me?
Yes. No, but the reason why them jump up, because they're the worst communities living in the worst conditions, and therefore the politicians using them. Just the same principle. Come Monday morning, they want to get lunch money to give their children. So they go jump up now. They have no business with issues. They have no business with the principles. They have no business with ideology. That is why we have so much idiot in the house of parliament.
Yeah.
Yes, we have some ludicrous people
people
now.
and the next thing, we know this with this community. They put a bit of fancy time. Welcome to Greenwich Farm. Welcome to Rosetown. Welcome to this. Welcome to that. And the sign itself even being better than enough of them house there in the community, Brother Miguel. You understand the deal?
I agree with you again. But
and the world community, you know, some are calling, others are putting in little point and thing.
No, but
you are going to listen to Brother Miguel.
Hold on, my brother. Suggest a solution, no? And we don't want to see the problem. Suggest something that you
cannot break up people here, right?
No, we want you to suggest something.
Hello?
As a way to solve the problem.
Brother Miguel?
Yes, I'm here. I'm hearing it loud and clear. What I'm saying, I don't just want you to name the problem. Suggest. Oh, I'm just saying that, dear me. All right. But I hear who you want to mention your thing. Turn off.
Yes, in honoring the Honorable Marcus Garvey, on August 16th, his son, Dr. Julius Garvey, celebrates his birthday. He currently lives in America, but he's coming home to Kingston 12, Trenchtown, to celebrate his birthday. And he wants to join it with Sister Beverly Kelso, the only living Wailers. She will be launching an EP that she's doing over a couple of the Wailers songs from way back when. I think it was in 1963 that the first song was recorded, Simmer Down. So she has done an EP.
1 second. Yes, greetings.
Yes, give thanks, Lammy.
Yes.
Yes, I go ahead and Chilani, you know.
Yes, I. Yes. Yeah, man. Welcome.
Yes, I'm on the up behind them alongside us. Yes.
Yes, all the died and brethren calling from Trelawney, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah. Them here, give thanks, man, blessings and honor, and enough love, my brother.
It's that I'm reason with the hero, no? Yes, sir. No disrespect. A while ago, me here, make some comments, and a while ago, I even talk about this is work and the Bible and anything, I know.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I forget this idea is a strong belief of the Bible, you know.
Yes.
Yes. So more clear that heroism is a man of the Bible.
I call one version want to ask you what you say you had quoted the Bible. So I want to know if you're a man of the Bible.
Well, brethren, I use the Bible because I know the Bible came from even before the white man came and corrupted parts of it. So I will use the Bible because I know from the pyramids you can still find quotations that is found in the Bible. So I use it from time to time to reinforce certain points that I make.
All right. So in our case right now, all Rasta and Christian theology is the same thing.
All right, brethren, I'm going to ask you for call me back to ask that question because Brother Heru soon have to leave and he has to make an important point before him leave. So in terms of discussing the Bible and whether Rasta and Christians use it, we can do it after. But before him leave, I just want to make certain important points here. So you please call me back in about 20 minutes time.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, as I was saying earlier, that the Honorable Dr. Julius Garvey, the son of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, will be celebrating his Earth Strong at the Ambassador Theatre in Kingston 12. And he chose it specially this year because he wanted to co-joined the occasion with Beverly Kelso, a stalwart, the only living Wailers from Bob Marley and the Wailers days from 1963. And she is redoing some of her early songs, Simmer Down being one, It Hurts to Be Alone, and a couple other classic Wailers songs.
That she sang on.
She sang on those songs.
In the early days.
And the Ambassador Theatre was chosen because the Ambassador Theatre is right beside the first church that the UNIA had started in Trenchtown. The Honorable Marcus Garvey, remember he got most of his members from out of the church. The early UNIA members were church members. So the occasion now will also be joined with one of our businessmen who is launching a special liquor that he has named Kingston 12. So this will be launched on the 16th of August, the birthday for Dr. Julius Garvey. And you know, Marcus Garvey was the day after, 17th of August. So they're going to have 2 days of celebration there in Trenchtown, Kingston 12, where we'll be launching the EP, we'll be celebrating the Earth Strong of Dr. Garvey, and we'll be launching the Kingston 12 brand of liquor.
Mm-hmm. So we're launching an album, brand, a specific type of liquor, and an EP of the Wailers.
EP of the Wailers, headed by Bevel Kelso.
Yes.
And good. I told you, I was in studio when they were laying the tracks. And I must tell you, you will really love this Simmer Down. It is sung by Beverly Kelso and what's his name? Richie Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful
yes,
music.
I've got a clip of it and I played it on the radio.
Yeah, man.
Already.
Lovely rendition.
Yes. So that's a marriage which you should put in your calendar. August 16th, Beverly Kelso and Dr. Julius Garvey at Ambassador Theatre.
Right,
yes,
so.
Brother Rose, you have something?
Yes.
Mm.
I'm saying here, I don't think we should trust it. I don't think we should trust the JLP and the PMP, the charter, the constitution, the way forward for the car. They're still a representative.
Talk loud in the mic.
Yeah, I said I don't think we should trust the PMP and the JLP to charter the constitution forward because they're still a representative of the Queen and the King.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think them are going to charter this in our best interest, and at the same time, everything those two parties do is to benefit themselves and the crown. So I don't think we can trust these people going forward at any time.
You made a brilliant point earlier on. You said there was a system
in
place when Columbus came here.
Yes.
And that system must have been a constitution. It might have not have been in
the best modern days.
Yes.
Not modern days.
But we had a system in place. And you destroyed that system. You kill off people, you murder people, you rape people.
You do every manner of evil.
Right. So out of that now, you want to put in place something else.
So
not them, not PMP and JLP. But we the people need to put something in place
that represent the people.
Right, that regulate us as to how we continue to live.
Right. Where we was living before.
Yes.
You understand? Because we don't live before these guys come here now, and we did have ways to live and go through before these guys come here.
Yes.
So we can't remember, we're still under occupation presently because we operate out of foreign jurisdiction.
No, but we want to change that now.
We want to change the whole entire that narrative, right?
Especially the occupation.
The occupation we want to change that thoroughly.
Yes.
And we can't trust the PMP and the JLP to do that because them want we in the same little position where them can be able to manipulate us and kill us when them want and do all manner of evil when them want.
So you're saying that because the present constitution is made up of, I think you have about 4 or 5 QC on it.
Yeah, man.
Which already is backward. Made up of PNP and JLP.
Right. And represent
so you're saying that we should kick out all of them.
Get rid of them.
Formulate a new set
because there's a lot of young, bright people who want to do the right thing and know the right thing, but through these, we don't call them gatekeepers, so-called gatekeepers who are the gatekeepers for the colonial masters.
I think them is more preventers, defenders.
You understand? So we need to get rid of those people, put fresh mind, young people, inspired people who can lead us further. Right now, we lack of leaders.
All right.
We don't have any leaders in this place. You understand? I'm not trust the PMP and the JLP going forward with this constitution. Straight.
Well, that's what we say, to get rid of all of them people and set up a new kingdom.
An African proverb, I'm going to leave you with this, people. An African proverb. When the people are ready, the leaders shall appear.
All right. That's very good, very good, very good. Nice, nice. Antoine, you want to give us some blessings before you leave?
Right, Brother Miguel.
I'm going to leave with Heru.
Yes. Right before I leave. We're on the topic of constitution reform, but we want constitution change. We're also on the topic of African liberation. And I want to take the time out to advise your audience and the listeners that to use African Liberation Day and do something that will change or reform or mold your mindset, that will gear you or build it into a more firmer understanding of Black consciousness and who you are as Black people and yourself, right? So don't just use the media to gallivant in foolishness or drama, but take time out to listen to documentary, read books, or conscious music that will impact your life for a greater good. And on the topic of constitution reform, as my brother stated, we can't leave it in the hands of these colonial masters.
It's like old shoes, they keep patching.
And expecting a different result. We can't leave it in the hands of them because we have seen
the old shoes have gotten too much patch.
Right, because we have seen where they have excluded the people and changed it into their own narrative, which is ceremonial presidency, which the people denied from an earlier state. So we have to look to ourselves for the change we want to see in the Constitution. So that's all.
Nice, very good, well said, Antoine. So thanks for coming, Brother Antoine. Thanks for coming, Brother Racy, Brother Hero, Isaac Olusa Menely, and Brother Rose. Thanks a lot for coming. And tread careful now as you move through. Give thanks.
That's when I win this election. I remove all the zinc fences. Better roads. And let me tell you something. Just make sure that come election day.
Notice them walking with joy. We like a rocker turned us. The wickedest thing all the time. Them attack. They don't give a about us. The silent majority you watch. On the subtle stuff to make the people them feel good. Brighten up your life, make it match the sunshine. If you really love the board and the sun, this what I did. Hey, bigger is the see that on the low feature. But talking around down, but on we pass more factories and schools that no cost a lot. Hey, do something for the poor. Mission that. We love great things, but we don't want that. Want to teach the kids, but no ask them that. No need no more talk, you know things are getting too mad out the road. Right now we're tired of that, so beyond the bloodshed, so beyond the raping, so beyond the suffering, so beyond our fun in our life. We want some fun in our life. We tired of that, so me under no road, so me under no light, so me under sing fence, so me have some fun in our life. We want some fun in our yeah, we have enough tobacco, we have enough rum, we have enough cell phone, we have enough gun. Well, me no need to tell you, so we have enough sex, multiplying child molesters and some downright scum. It's only this for families to live for. I saw you want my granny to go to our maker, promises are comfort to a fool, that's why we drop asleep. Sister Pete, look like we are gonna need a bigger jeep. We tired of that, so we under hard work, so we under no pay, so we under hungry, so we are some fun in our life. We want some fun in our life. We tired of that, so we under no bills, so we under no money, so we under no money, so we want some fun in our life. We want some fun in our life. Every time someone waking up, pure talk make all no one under the thing to sort out yet. Room for it and apply within. When this one run out, then the next one come in with pure pressure on the poor all over. Load everything we all have fall over. Sometimes we have to wonder what we're voting for. Every 5 years things only get harder. But tired of that, so we under no job, so we under hard work, so we under no money, so we want some fun in our life. We want some fun in our life. Tired of that, so we under bloodshed, so we under rapist, so we under suffering, so we want some fun in our life. Oh, some fun in our way. It's a lucky thing we first from the back of it. From the days of the plantation, we never yell. You're behaving like some modern day slave masters. Like you only want the paper to be consumers. We see it clear. Them want kill with joy. When they corrupt turn dust. And the wickedest thing all the talk, them attack. They don't give a heck about us. But right now we're tired of that. So we under bloodshed, so we under raping, so we under suffering, so we are some fun in our life. We want some fun in our life. Tired of that, so we under no money, so we under no money, so we under no life. We want some fun in our life. We want some fun in our life. Yes, we're tired of that, so we under brand new, so we under.
Yo, what's wrong with the gun? But quick, man. Can't believe the man them drive left me. Make your son come, man, quick. That's when I win this election. I remove all the zinc fences. Better road. And let me tell you something. Just make sure that come election day.
Notice them want kill with joy. Well, they rocker turned us. The wickedest thing all the talk, them attack. They don't give a heck about us. The silent
show them. Yeah, man. And Emperor Selassie, I am weird. The ancient of days never quiet. That's the part I love prevail. Yeah, man. And Emperor Selassie, I am weird. The ancient of days never quiet. That's the part I love prevail. Can't cool, can't quench, everlasting burning fire. Babylon, your end, can't cool, can't quench, everlasting burning fire. Read that judgment, I tell you. Can't cool, can't quench, everlasting burning fire. Babylon, get drenched, can't cool, can't quench. Ethiopia, my true desire. Babylon, they know is it you get your food to eat and yet you find it hard to feed another youth that come up at your feet. They know is it you always a strive and yet you find it hard to show another get so you don't be survive. That's why a King Selassie I reprise. Run the tell Pharaoh, him city that God bless. Me know a king or a suffer right up on the throne. Babylon, we dead that's brimstone. The one your name can't cool, can't quench.
everlasting burning fire. Babylon, your rent, yo. Can't cool, can't quench. Africa, my true heart desire. Black parents, can't cool, can't quench. Everlasting burning fire. Babylon, your rent, hey. Can't cool, can't quench. Africa, my true heart desire. Red judgment. Bigger to do some good them in a the pit. Them judge and them jury just green and a grit and all the police and them soldiers said them ready and fit. The sniper the black say him the suit and Mr. Black Right Kingdom stand for equal rights and justice. The true human rights where the government none miss. Rastafari did no say PJ or the falls on hypocrite and them a go bring Bruce Golding fi make a big baby switch. Well Rasta drop Siaga in the bottomless pit. Now follow the evil mama gonna spank you real quick. Well just another fire. Pans and public me telling them see some no war and wickedness in a fornication in them gun finger them go deep and not about them a vote all that one them a sit me say red gold and green in every district and Ethiopia be the witness this a one your name can't cool can't quench everlasting burning fire Babylon your rent young can't cool can't quench everlasting burning fire brother judgment I tell you can't cool can't quench everlasting burning fire Babylon get rent young can't cool can't quench Ethiopia my true heart desire yeah man the black people should know that it is slavery why we are here in Jamaica and the Western world it's not sure them say yeah man it is written in the book of Britain and America that it was only I and I the black Ethiopians that were taken out of black Africa illegally as captives slave children and brought us down here in Jamaica and all small islands of the British West Indies into slavery until this day said the most high Selassie Rastafari now me tell them send I innocent blood a spill for the ark of the covenant I show them yeah man and Emperor Selassie I am real the ancient of days never quail Rastafari love prevail it's a Bess effect yeah man and Emperor Selassie I am real the ancient of days never quail Rastafari love prevail hey. Can't cool, can't quench, everlasting burning fire. Babylon, your rent, can't cool, can't quench, everlasting burning fire. Brother judgment, I tell you, can't cool, can't quench, everlasting burning fire. Babylon, get rent, can't cool, can't quench. Ethiopia, my true heart desire. Babylon, then always it you get your food to eat and yet you find it hard to feed another you that come up at your feet. Then how is it you always a strive and yet you find it hard to show another get so you tough to survive. That's why I King Selassie I will praise. Run the tell Pharaoh him city that God bless. Me know a king or a suffer right up on the throne. Babylon we the dust brimstone. The one your name can't cool can't quench. Everlasting burning fire. Babylon you're right.
I welcome forward, brothers and sisters. Welcome forward. Welcome forward. Welcome, Brother Heru and company have made a tremendous mark. Just to remind you, the Labor Day project tomorrow, 111 and a half Hope Road. They'll be building a ramp for the people with certain challenges. So that's the Labor Day project, 111 and a half Old Hope Road, the Labor Day project, 111 and a half Old Hope Road. And then now at 10 o'clock on Saturday, Africa Liberation Day, and the theme is Africa Rising, Rekindling Our African Heritage. Serious business, 10 o'clock at St. William Grand Park. Please come along, drumming, dancing, singing, lots of things. Whole day, right. You know, the municipality is making back Africa, which we are. Greetings and blessings. Welcome. Yes.
Well on.
Yes. Greetings.
Well
I'm
on.
not hearing.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. Greetings, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Why Kenya become a puppet to the United States? I was sent to
Big
over
puppet.
here.
Big puppet.
That's a lot of body bag, you know.
Big puppet. And then now them president gone to United States.
What a man like that, man.
Yeah, man, gone stoop like a dog before Biden.
What a shame, brother.
Yes, it look bad.
He better send a lot of body bag, you know.
Yes.
When they send it to, the police, them over there, better send them with a lot of body bag, you know, because a lot of them will go home back in a body bag, you know.
Him not tell Biden, say, you go do your dirty work. You take through some way over
Biden knows if he send to them white people, how they have long, you know, so they don't send them to use Kenya to send to them people long. What a puppet like that, man.
Because Biden upon him last days, you know, he's going to lose the election.
Yes.
He's going to lose the election.
Why Kenya have to go and bow down for crumbs, man?
Yeah, man. Look, this graceful virgin. And in country,
I couldn't believe, man.
Yeah, man, in country, watch
he run down all of Washington like a little puppet.
Yeah, man. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Why can't we take a stand in the world, but we have a continent with 2.5 with 1.25 billion people. And we can't come together as one and take a stand. We have to go in and negotiate and bilateral business. Why can't we negotiate?
Wow. If we get cut off, we get cut off. We get cut off. We seem to get cut off. All right. Yeah, but a crucial point the caller has made. A very crucial point. Thanks a lot, my brother. Thank you very much. Nice. So at this stage now of our program, we're going to welcome Nyan Kupon. Nyan Kupon, my little son, studying psychology at the moment, and we want to see what he brings for us this evening. Nyanko.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. So, introduction, Nyanko Pan Lorne, a student at UCC, currently studying applied psychology, a bachelor's at that. Now, this particular week, we wanted to provide you with a couple of very, very, very important health steps. So, as we know, health is the mind and the body, as well as the spiritual side as well. So we have to make sure we keep a balance. So I know last couple of weeks I have covered many topics related to, how to keep things balanced on the mind side. And this week I want to provide some very, very useful health tips related to the mind and the body as well. So specifically, I want to relate to how to prevent things like hypertension, and adopting a healthy lifestyle will, of course, improve your health in many, many, many different ways to prevent such things such as hypertension from affecting you. And those steps would include exercise. No, I know that many people have heard this many, many, many times, to exercise because of the benefits. But what research has shown is that studies have consistently shown that weight loss, related to exercise can significantly lower blood pressure. Even modest weight reduction can have a positive impact. For instance, losing just 5 to 10% of your initial body weight can lead to substantial improvements in your blood pressure. Of course. All right. And if you exercise regularly, recommendations are that you engage in at least 30 minutes of moderate physical activity daily. Activities like walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, or dancing can help tremendously. Strength training exercises at least twice a week can also contribute to lowering blood pressure. You would literally see the positive effects of adopting a exercise inclusive activity, in your day, um, even an hour after the exercise. I know I for one, whenever I go for a jog in the mornings of at least 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I see a significant improvement in my perception throughout the entire day. It's remarkable. It's groundbreaking. I feel great, magnificent. Another thing is to eat a healthier diet. No, I don't need to repeat this over and over, but we have to repeat that again, because they say that repetition is one of the best ways in order for the brain to memorize and learn and adopt whatever it is that needs to be adopted. So make sure you eat healthier, to ensure that your diet is in a very, very, very good standing, you know. And a diet which emphasizes whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and low fat dairy products, for example, while reducing saturated fat and cholesterol, will significantly improve your health. All right. Also, you want to limit the sodium intake. So, you want to reduce your salt consumption, as high sodium levels can raise blood pressure. So, remember, salt and sodium, you know, they have a very, very, very similar makeup on the chemical scale, and having too much of it can certainly have a negative impact on the blood pressure of an individual. So you always want to be mindful of the processed foods that you may be buying or maybe including in your diet. And what you want to do is to ensure that you're not taking too much. All right, because we know that the research has shown the link between things like sodium and salt to hypertension, as well as sugar is also related heavily to things like diabetes and hypertension, especially if the consumption is at a grand scale. All right. Another thing, you want to moderate the alcohol consumption. So if you find yourself indulging in the consumption of too much alcohol, whether on a daily or weekly basis, you want to cut back on things like that. If you could restrict restrict it completely 100% out of your diet, then you would be in the most optimal position going forward. All right. Another thing is the smoking as well. You don't want to, you know, be smoking too much on a daily or weekly basis, because smoking damages blood vessels, as we've been told, and it increases blood pressure as well. So you definitely want to seek some alternative activities if there is too much of the smoking that is happening, especially if that smoking would include things like vaping and those new chemicals that are coming on the market, and cigarettes of that nature. You don't want to include too much of those things, because it will negatively affect the blood pressure. It definitely has an impact on the constriction of the blood vessels, especially around the heart as well. So you have to balance these things out with solid exercise. I, for one, I'm an individual who I'm very social and very outgoing and all of that, but I have to make sure that the exercise balances out all those social activities that I might indulge in as well, in order to keep a very balanced perception, a very balanced body, and a very balanced health. And trust me, 30 minutes to 45 minutes a day, or even 3 to 4 times a week, it has a significantly positive impact on you. All right, so definitely consider adopting some exercise in your weekly routine, and you will see a big positive difference in your daily life. I for one can attest to that as well. All right. So another thing, lastly, you want to try to manage the stress. I know that manage the stress might be a simple term, but really this is related to basically every aspect of your life, right? So when you practice stress reduction techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, or yoga, for example, these would all have a positive impact on your body's ability to maximize the usage of the oxygen in your body, right? What research has found is that when you engage in deep breathing exercises where you simply inhale for about 3 to 4 seconds. Just hold in that inhale and you hold it in and keep it in for about the next 3 to 4 seconds. And you exhale again and you allow that exhale to extend to another 3 to 4 seconds. And you do that for like a full minute. Just that alone can have a positive impact on the way how your brains function takes care of itself as well. You know what that also does is it refreshes a lot of the cells in your body just by deep breathing. You could even find yourself having more ideas and more means of creativity going into your next task. And whatever that task may be, you could have a refreshed outlook just by doing some deep breathing exercises. Now, meditation is one particular practice, especially in the Eastern Hemisphere, that many cultures have used in order to help to balance the body's health related to how it utilizes the oxygen in the body. You know, the oxygen that transfers over from the lungs to the heart, and it significantly would improve the white and the health of the white and the red blood cells in your body as well. Now, of course, you know, when you have a healthier cell count and a healthier makeup of white and red blood cells in your body, then of course your body is in the most optimal state in order to deal with the daily interaction with bacteria that we come across. Now, it could be on a door handle, it could be on on our toothbrush where they take it up in order to brush our teeth or something like that. It could be just in the food we're intaking as well. The environment has millions and millions and millions of different types of organisms that can affect us, and our human bodies will serve us in the best way if we help to maintain our human bodies at the highest level. And doing exercises such as activities such as meditation, deep breathing, yoga, or even exercises as well, whether that be physical or otherwise, this could improve your health tremendously and prevent things like hypertension and the like from really affecting us and minimizing, the risk. You know what I mean? All right. So those are a couple of the tips that I have for you this week. So to make sure you include 30 to 45 minutes of exercise a day, right? That would be optimal. If you can't do it a day, then try to do at least 3 to 4 days out of the week. You will see a significant improvement in the way how you breathe and the way how your perception treats itself and the way how you take care of tasks as well. You just might find yourself seeing a more creative edge in the way how you take care of simple daily tasks. All right, you want to manage the amount of alcohol consumption, manage your smoking as well. Activities such as as I said, meditation, deep breathing, and yoga helps tremendously as well. You want to limit your sodium intake, which is related to salt as well, because the body breaks it down in a particular way. All right, and you also want to include in your daily lives a healthier diet, because having a healthier diet, which would include eating better foods such as fruits, vegetables, for example, which is easily accessible in our lovely Jamaican country, then you would have a significantly positive improvement in your body's health. And if anybody takes me up on this, then I'm pretty sure you will see some improvements by even tomorrow, by even next week. And those that are around you as well will notice that improvement and that positive element of the way how you carry yourself as well. I for one, whenever I exercise, I feel like I can climb any tree. Whenever I exercise, I feel like the type of books that I read also as well I can cover even more when I'm reading. Even if I sound even better when I'm talking, because exercise allows my body to naturally increase the chemical production, the natural chemical production related to things like dopamine and endorphins and testosterone and etc. So even the voice will get a little bit deeper, but that's a good thing. That is a very, very, very good thing, I can tell you. All right. So those are the tips for this week. I want everybody to stay strong again. I want to reiterate, show some love to the people around you and show some love to yourself as well. Encourage yourself, motivate yourself in order to try new things, take that extra step. Step out there, be adventurous. Human beings, we're naturally adventurous creatures, so definitely try to take that leap and discover the different things in our environment in order to learn more, to grow, and encourage one another in order to be better and to be more successful. All right, so that's the message from Nyanko this week. Blessed love. Peace.
Nice. Thanks a lot, Nyanko. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, dear man. Thanks a lot, dear. Right. Yes, that's Nyanko Pon, student turned teacher. I'm waiting to join Russ Michael. Russ Michael Barnett will be joining us at 9:15, and he'll be giving us a history of the African Liberation Day. So I want to finish with that history, very important for us to know. How did this call come about? Russ Michael, due to come. We have been trying to get earthquake. Earthquake usually keep the Africa Liberation Day Nyabingi at Malvern in St. Elizabeth. And this year it will be kept there. So I was hoping to get in touch with her earthquake to tell us what are the plans, but I know that it is being prepared, the grounds is being prepared, and it's highlighted that the Africa Liberation Day Nyabingi will be kept at Malvern in St. Elizabeth. At Malvern in St. Elizabeth, that where Nyabingi will be kept for Africa Liberation Day. Now, I want to, a lot of people, even from abroad, have been calling me. It's regard to the herbs man. I call him that, the herbs man, which treated Blackstone. Some people call him Big Stone. Which treated Blackstone and considerably caused it treated him for his prostate. Now, they've been calling me, asking me for the number. So the number for the herbs man is, please write it down, 5543 8131. That's the herbal doctor who treat Blackstone, and got his PSA to come down considerably. It was over 70 odd. It's now come to normal. The doctor, the herbs man, 5543 543 8131. Now, when you go to see him, it's good if you do your PSA. Do your PSA first, get the result, and carry to see him. When he sees the PSA, then he can know what is wrong or what is the extent of your illness. So you have to go, you can go by a doctor, he can recommend you to any of the labs, he'll give you a referral paper to carry it to the lab. And I think the cost in some places is about $3,000. Yes, you pay $3,000 and within 2 weeks, you get back the result of your PSA. When you get that result now, you take it to the herbal doctor at 543-8131. You take it to him, and he did miracle for Blackstone. I think he can do miracle for you. He's working on other things. I've actually spoken to him. He's working on other serious illnesses like cancer and all of those things, breast cancer. But he says he doesn't want to try. He wants to succeed. So he hasn't conquered it as the way he conquers prostate. But he says they are working on that. So we might find a herbal doctor, so there's no need for surgery and all those things. So like I say, you do your PSA first and carry it to him when you call him. 543-8131. Now, I want to say it again. The history teacher who was teaching at Camperdown High School and who left the school in chaos. He left the Camperdown, he teaches history, and he carried away the children's SBA. This is part of their exam. This is 25% of their marks. How can a teacher be so careless? Careless and callous. He leave the school. I'm asking you all to get in touch with him because it's going to turn out very serious. Very, very serious that he has mistreated. He has gone to another school. I don't know that school never did their due diligence, but the students of Camperdown are weeping because instead of being marked, their history being marked out of 100, their history is going to mark out of 75. Wow, that's very, very spiteful. As I said earlier on, I think Mark Goulding should give up the British citizenship. You shouldn't make nobody have to tell him that. Why do you need a British citizen at this time? You're not only a Jamaican, but you're running for office. Come on now, man. Pack up and give up the British citizenship. No, at least we've seen some strange things happening. Some European countries have recognized Palestine. Countries like Spain, Belgium, Norway, Ireland, they have recognized Palestine as a separate state. Now, this has vexed Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister. So he has called back his ambassadors to these countries. He has called the ambassadors back to these countries, which makes me wonder now. I soon come back to that. But yes, greetings and blessings. Greetings.
Yes, unto you, General.
Yes. What great tidings you bring?
Well, my idea is just me as an individual, I want black people. So Jamaica to Africa realize that white people are not their friend. They are not their rescuer.
Mm-hmm.
They are not there to protect them. We just want black people to know that.
Yes.
So you can't, under the white people system, I expect better because no Miguel as a virgin said. I drove around, I didn't want to discuss it. I drove around Maxfield Park, Rome, Greenwich Farm, and I look at the sign. And if you know, you remember the sign when I put up on the girl where they have a value of $10 and them said must have value of 15 million at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was torn down and they stole some stuff from it.
Mm-hmm.
I put up these signs, Miguel, but yet still, I do not see nobody from me, but from Rima Tibali and Matches Lane and Greenwich Farm announcing that quarterly they make 20 billion. Why? What is the difference between Mutual Life or Garden Life and NCB and Scotiabank and Greenwich Farm and Matches Lane? These places are people.
Well, is a grand part of the plan. I've always saying they don't put banks into these areas deliberately. So, you know, I even say that the lady who ran for Central Kingston, one of the Imani Duncan.
Exactly.
You know, how come she don't put up a bank in Central Kingston?
No, but DK Duncan used to run Maxfield Park and these are Peter Phillips run. And
yes.
Making from that boy, these places don't change.
Mm-hmm.
Do not change. There's no improvement. I just, they must have tried to set up some house and one construction and put up a take $1 million to set up Miguel. These people are not your friend, Miguel. They are not. So until black Jamaican people realize that once you get through that PNP and GSP, our life going to be better. Anytime them can that, but as you notice, as the election can you notice who's jumping on the bus, who lose them foot, or who lose them feet, who get killed. There's something wrong with us black people. There's something that's wrong with us black people, Miguel. I am not talking because I can talk, Miguel. I did have admiration for Bruce Cole and say, yes, he deserve a try. All right? And I have admiration for Portia Simpson Miller. And none of these people, PJ Patton, none of these people does nothing for black people in terms of making black better people like better. I want somebody to challenge me. But yet still, because what we're doing, Miguel, Peter Phillips and PJ Patton and Portia are just all slave, you kind of give the all slave like a privilege. So they will say, yeah, master house abandoned. So the house slave mentality and the slave in the field is two different mentality. These people, Mark Golding and Joel, these people just, you allow them to go and take something under the carpet to pack them pocket. But to make them comfortable, where you see them still where you call them still oppress the people. They're still doing it. Because them come back again now, Miguel.
Yes.
I talk about improvement in the traffic ticketing system. No, you have bright boys like Orange, Jungle, like Chuck, and etc., etc.
Yes.
What is it? What is the implication these guys put in for black people to stop being shot and black people to stop crash on the road and murder? What is it? Well, yes, to them improve the system to collect these money. And then these police know, Miguel, if you're cool, they're not using you. And one stop there, but one through, we never make a U-turn this field. We never go cross roads and we just continue straight. And as a boss, so if you see you and know, say, it is a lamb broke the road. I'm not prime minister, that man. So I care where you say that 660 I get. I'm say, imagine, no discussion. And I'm saying, I care where you say. Miguel, when I make a comparison, remember the guy who was wheeling the Benz at Don Robin and endangering people, right? Remember that guy?
Yes, I remember. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say to him, imagine your superintendent come and fuck the guy upon him shoulder.
Apologize.
It endangers people's life.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And then the worst thing, Miguel, the person was doing the wheel in the car. It was a black person, you know. The hand was outside, was dark, and the person who come forward was a red-skinned person. So you can take the police from my car, deceiving the police, man.
Yes.
I'm going to say, really now. So I don't care anything about some of the police. I'm saying, no, why you're there, so you should have no respect for your skin piece or body esteem. Think I tell me now, say, if me don't show you my life, you're locked up in a cell. When you go for you to put me in a cell now. Look on the car, may I drive? I'm going to brought on the car, and Miguel. Then support me that drive, I do that. But you don't do that to a white man. You don't tend to say, I like my thing. You should have given me time, because I have more than one car, Miguel. And sometimes you left the lights in a one car, because you're rush. I lie me, I tell.
No, that happens, yeah.
And you go and set up a system where you're telling, you know, say, you want to lock me up, you want to pay my tax. Oh, my passport expired for 5 years with 2 visas in it. I'm still go and come out my country and pay my tax. And you're telling me now, yeah, look, instead of turn right, I come straight up and you lock me up amongst criminals. You don't respect your color. And you don't respect your color, you say, you know, nothing, so you piece of me, nothing. That is the system we're living in.
Yes.
See, the money them we are robbing at Jamaica. Tell me which politician got prison for the TIMSA, the petrol jam. All of these things are money are pure. Tell me which one of them got prison.
And money can't be accounted for.
Thank you.
That's one of the biggest
loopholes. When black people quit, you lock them up. And Miguel, until we done that TNT, or done that GLP, black Jamaican people from really matter to Max 7, the bet you know money together, the better.
All right, I'm hoping that listeners are hearing. When we get to GLP and PNP, we'll be better off.
From Queens Avenue, go to check my people and my cousin there. And Miguel, the place was clean. Yeah, you have to look about it. But Miguel, tell me if the Jamaican people, the average people, them, so I push and cut out them life better. But yes, we have national commercial bank, and I'm going to promote them. I make billions of dollars quarterly. And tell me, which man from the ghetto can announce, boy, the Andrew on his policy was good, but me, I'm like 2 million. Tell me now. All the increase.
The richer get richer? You can see it.
Of course, I think about she love black people, poor people, and she come from PG. Them come like Obama. They don't know for black people.
Yes.
Nelson Mandela, the same thing too.
Yes.
Go to the system, so them take the things them like Mugabe and give it back to black people. All of them are puppet to white people. And look for Andrew all this stuff. I take a trained soldier I can't know for send guy 80 and why not make transfer, rip off 80 to solve the problem.
America
why
go?
We have to use a soldier.
Yes.
Because them is a puppet.
Yes.
We're not a free country about independent. And so me realize that these people lie. It's Rastafari make me know as a man when me have local education, know so whenever independent. Because anytime I go to certain office, people I saw Governor General teacher first, and Andrew second, and the Ministry of Finance third. So what you have to say, I tell you, and you have to Governor General 34 million to represent King. We don't like black people, we oppress black people. They tell us when I get no reparation. Don't German give reparation? Don't the Jews get money?
Yes.
They when Cuba did shoot down some plane out and the sky a couple years ago, because them let our pamphlet and castle on it. No American tell Cuba them have to compensate the family. Tell me all the people them get compensation. Why is it? If you come with black people, the boy Jack's asset, my boy, or in the business when poor parents did. Or you still inherit the money. If you don't business where poor parents did. Give up the money then. You saw them take black people period. Give up the money. Because you're poor parents and which themselves killing off black people, working black people without nothing and give them nothing. Torture black people, rape black people, and you inherit the money I buy what if a property drugs and these places. And then you say you don't business. You saw them do that and smart Miguel.
Yes.
Give up the money then.
And in fact, it was the richest plantation in Barbados.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miguel. Tell the people the Drax family in Barbados.
Let me tell you again why PNP and JP is not good for the black people. Tell me which politician from PNP and JP campaign say, if I win today, I am going to cut up a quarter acre land and give it to poor people. Tell me. Remember, Miguel, one Burger King, them a build place out of Beaumont out downtown. You know what money for them place that they build overlooking the sea. All these guys get these land. The one who run pension hours when I build place out of Beaumont, Miguel. When you're supposed to set up these places, they have put poor people. Them a build apartment, the one where close to the airport, the roundabout.
Yeah, man.
It's sold out. So look at it.
It's sold out already?
We never give black people land because Mark Gold them don't run Jamaica because real estate is power and riches. Poor people go in tax, you put police on them to pressure them. Rich people go in real estate and inherit this bag of land and all of that. Tell me, you think them are give black people land to appreciate them bother them idea?
No, true.
Why is it that the politician have built place and acquire these land? Also, that this white-head one where made it black. I'm never want to criticize them, but where made it black and white, where they are dressed in African clothes and see how they go on the camera. How is it that him come by owning so much property at Center? And you know, so him keep quiet, and him not come advocate not for black people, you know, so him keep quiet, and it's what he did. Send him daughter in a politics and send him son. So it's like a dynasty.
Yeah,
and I think what does that mean? That you make some poor people rich and then keep quiet and behave like they are there too.
And then they become they become suppressors.
Thank you.
Those same people become suppressors. Yeah.
Notice that him up hard person. We got you where we see as anything more, then get them riches and then keep back and them look over poor people over and say, yes, and them son I run this, and daughter I run this. So these guys are white guys. Breadfruit, roast breadfruit to call them. He's not saying nothing.
True.
Miguel, I'm seeing a new king to a church with my African clothes and say I'm going to piss him up.
Yes.
Beat him up and feed them. I'm going to call them on the street and they have no ambition and no pride to back up and still get it. And see more much property at the same time. Up until it's permanent. None of these guys take a piece of property and build some house, even some one-bedroom house, Miguel, and these people will live downtown on the streets and come live them. Wicked them. And my thing is, it hurt to realize that we black people not no sense and not behave like we want something. People not build nothing to take out the people and we lay down downtown. The black people, them like me and you, Miguel, we're wet and some burn. And some people have to get them food. Him don't take these time and leave a little farm and provide food for these people. We never said none of them downtown are feed the people downtown.
True.
None of them Peter Bunting, Mark Golding, none of them.
True.
But them not poor people and them there for deliver.
Yeah,
we have a bag of money I spend and the place is so dirty and packed down.
I go have a run now here.
Sewage water, I run out. Sewage water downtown.
Yeah, Miss Howard, myself. But I go have a run now, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you for the song. All right. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Yes, hi. Yes. Yes. Yeah, man.
For all the tribe of Israel, oh, we just let them know that Israel's king is Israel's God, and what does that say? Yes, I'm mad. Israel's king is Israel's God, and what does that say? Tell them I'm mad. Boy, well now, we've come to one conclusion. No more of the Babylon inspiration. I has made a resolution. It will be the Rastaman redemption alone. Hey. Now I know, I know that Israel's king is Israel's God. And what exalt the name of the King, come before his presence with singing. Know that he is the irate, and it's he who irate us. Now we are the sheep of his pastors, entering his gate with praise. Cause now I know, Lord, I know that Israel's king is Israel's God. And oneness them say, I'm mad. Yes, Israel's king is Israel's God. And oneness them say, yes, I'm mad. Ooh, we, the only one found worthy to release the seven seals and to break their band the sound up and to set all captives free. Hail to the King, Haile Selassie, His Imperial Majesty. Hail to the King, Haile Selassie, and that's a power of the Trinity. Cause Israel's King is Israel's God, and what does them say? I must be mad. Israel's King is Israel's God, and what else them say? Yes, I'm mad. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, we already know for all the tribes of Israel. Ooh, we. Well, now we've come to one conclusion. No more of the Babylon inspiration. I has made a resolution. It will be the Rastaman redemption alone. Yes, I know it. I know that Israel's King is Israel's God. And what else them say? I'm mad. Israel's King is Israel's God. And what else them say? Yes, I'm mad. Why? The only one found worthy to release the seven seas and to break their band the sound of.
And cocoa teas. Nice, great. I'm going to read this for you. Once more into the breach. Once more into the breach. Shakespeare in the play Henry V. Here, Sir Lorne. Respectful greetings and salutations. May the highest degree of dignity and meritorious regard be bestowed upon you, an exemplary stalwart of our nation. Our people of Rastafarianism, of the poor, culturally aware, and yet often marginalized people of African descent residing in Jamaica as a result of the genocide, slavery, and exploitation of our ancestors. Though slavery continues today on quite a different level. When I heard of the good news, the triumph and success of your appeal to the Privy Council, having known of your previous battles on home shores, which you had to take across the waves to seek fair judgment and victory. I am not of the view that if the Privy Council was to be done away with, that you would have had this victory at the CCJ. Perhaps another topic for debate another time. This is indeed a monumental achievement that will receive lots of recognition and celebration by all those suffering in silence, having been wronged by the harsh treatment and copious errors of law judgment from the poor decision-making process of those group of laymen who consider themselves gods, sitting in the quasi-judicial tribunal palace on Arbor Street, playing the roles of phantons and heads of the legal profession. How you walk fearlessly within their midst. That's why they don't like you. You're exposing and showing them up. Brilliant. This triumphant win is a testament of your personal inner tenacity. Your will to stay, your will to stay the difficult course of the frowns and disappointed judgment glances of your peers at law. Yes, peers at law. Some with the avoidance of eye contact of the proud and high-breasted ones who assure themselves that not happened to me. We take a little break now. Yes, let me just take a call and come back to this the missive here which your brother gave to me and asked to read in the program. Yes, greetings and blessings, greetings.
Shalom.
Yes.
Peace to all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's Brother Sammy.
Yes, I figure as much.
Yes,
I like your suggestion of doing something at the Olympics. I don't know if those who are going to represent us at the Olympics, if we could get to them and they do something, yes, not attention will be at the Olympics, that to say that France cannot continue to keep the Haitians, disrespect them like that and exploit them like that. So I share your view, but so you can probably think of a way. The delegation is going. So it's a matter now of how we're going to protest when they're there. Go ahead now.
All right. No, Mr. Lorne, we can, and we have to.
Yes.
And it begins now. You see, I spoke to Jerry Small recently also, and when he was re-entering the airwave, and I said to him respectfully that I hope and pray and wish that this program will be solution-oriented. That's what we want. Solution for our problem. We don't want to hear the regurgitation of the situation that we're in. You know, we don't want to hear. We want people to come with solution. And Mr. Lorne, concerning this Olympic, we have to find a way to have our people boycott it. In protest, to send a message that France need to repay the Asians what they have misappropriated from them over these many years. I mean, it's over almost it's almost a century. It's over a century because in 1914 on the behest of France, the American army went down there and took all of the gold reserve from the central bank. You know of that?
Yes.
Angela Williams know of it.
Yes.
There was a guest on our program some years ago, and I heard it mentioned. But it's official. Anybody within the hearing of my voice now can YouTube it, because most things is loaded up on YouTube, in the social media.
Yes.
Now, concerning Haiti and their separation.
All right. Hold on, Samuel. Time is badly against me. So I agree with you, that in terms of Haiti and the separation, everything. What I want to hear from you, what method, what you're going to do. It's nice to come and hear and talk it, but to put it in reality, how we're going to do that, what you say, if you're going to boycott it, how you're going to do that.
All right, Mr. Lorne.
Yes.
You have a medium now that you can let it be known. I speak to Jerry Small also, and he can use the same medium that you are on, the same station, but he can use his program to promote it for our
our athletes locally and diasporally, and even those from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to speak to Andrea Williams. I speak to Mr. Diagla. No, how we can do this? We are doing it right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
It is estimated that they owe 80 presently. France owe 80 over 200 billion US dollars. And that's, I think that's to be honest with you, that's a conservative estimate.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen, and I will speak on this issue. Night before last night, I saw them. There are some Asian recently arrived here.
Yes.
And it was alleged that they run off from where they landed. And if you see the picture of rickety old boat, unsafe, leaky, that man, woman, and children take the chance to. And we have had to their insult.
Yes, I agree with you again. I saw the picture of the boat and I said, boy, you know.
Yeah.
And them say them caption a woman yet, but them say woman clothing and all that. Boy. Cause me wouldn't go in the boat there. Even go across the Port Royal, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna boat to go across the Port Royal, but just go Haiti and them rough seas. Wow. That give an idea how desperate people are.
All right. Yes. And I want Jamaicans to take note of this.
Yes.
You see, where you're feeling comfortable, I should have put this in whenever I call. Are people without a knowledge of their past? It's a modified quotation of
Marcus Garvey.
The Honorable Mark, yes. Are people without knowledge of their past, history, culture, and origin.
It's like a tree.
You see, I'm not being diplomatic. I'm going to be downright.
Yes.
We are dead people. We are spiritually dead. Understand me?
No.
All right.
But my brother, hold on. I'm trying to get from you. You have mentioned that you spoke to Jerry and myself.
Mr. Diagla.
Mr. Diagla. We can use this medium to get across our point. I agree with you. But
I try to reach Andrea Williams Green. Sorry to cut me off. I'm trying to reach her because she have a powerful.
Yes.
She have a powerful voice, and her voice can make a
difference.
Make a change.
Yes.
No, a difference.
In other words, hold on, my brother. Hold on. Wait, hold on, my brother. You have a bad habit now. Whenever I'm going to talk, you're going to go louder. What method are we have the mic. What method are you expecting us to talk to the athletes? Or who going to talk to encourage a boycott? That's what I want. I want a method from you.
Yes, most definitely. I want to go about. I'm gonna give some number because I'm having some. My apology for not. I saw the show visit you from last week. You officially invited me to come to your office and speak to you, but I have that little delay. My apology. I'll let it be known. I respect you, Mr. Lorne. All right. I'm gonna give you two numbers, and I want as much as possible. Families of athletes, if they can disclose this to them and call me, we need to organize. We need to get ourselves in.
So who are these two persons? What are these two numbers?
No, these are my numbers.
Oh, these are your numbers.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you them shortly, but we have some. Well, when I said we, it's a few of us. It's family thing. We want to get some T-shirt print in Jamaica in support of Haiti.
Yes.
Benjamin, the highlighted. Benjamin in support of Levi. And let me tell you something. Why I quote earlier on what I quote about what the quotation that the Honorable Marcus Garvey said. Those of you who are in the church and read the Bible don't have a clue who the Haitians are. They are our blood brother and blood sister. I wanted to make a comment briefly on the song that you have just played, Israel, about the 12 tribes of Israel and Israel God is Israel king. There's a contradiction there.
I agree with you.
There's a contradiction there.
Hold on, I agree with you, my brother.
Let me get to the point.
I really wanted to play something from Cocotti.
Yes.
We have heard from the brother. I hear that he has a little ailment. I just want, so I asked the engineer, play something from Cocotti. I would not have played that song, verse at this time. I would not have played it. But just to hear Cocotti boys, we played it. So you don't have to make a comment on it. I agree with you.
All right. Okay. Let us get to the core issue. Mr. Lorne, we need this at this time and this year. We need to let our voice be heard. Seriously. Now the Olympic is keeping in France, and Haiti is as extreme in terms of preparation. Our people, our blood brother and sister from the tribe of Levi, yes. Moses tribe. If Moses was born today at the pyramid of born in a captivity.
In Haiti?
Aaron and Miriam tribe.
Moses would have born in Haiti?
Yes. If he was to be regenerated, he would have born in Haiti.
All right.
You didn't know that, Mr. Lorne.
No, but hold on, my brother. Whether I know that or not, I've told you over and over. Time is against me because I have another brother on the line. So get to the point. So whether Moses born at 0, I keep telling you, just give us an idea, the method that you have. You see, you have a good idea, but you spoil it by going around the bush.
No, I'm not going around the bush.
No, but I already tell. I tolerate the call, but I have another person on the line that's gonna come in, and all I preach to you, get to the method that you want.
All right.
You have that.
All right, no problem. All right, I would just give you my number, and probably I would have told her, I want to speak to you, but I must make commendation to one Miss Aline, that lawyer lady that is presently fighting against the extradition.
That is dealing with the Haitians. Yeah, what's her name?
Her name?
Yes.
Her name is Aline. Mr. Diagla gave me some information on her recently and a number.
Yeah, give me a name and number now, Aline.
Miss. She led an Asian technical. No. This is Mr. Diagla's. Yes. I have her name right here.
Yes.
All right.
She's doing. Let me say it now, man. She's doing a wonderful job.
Wonderful. And I want all you to commend her, and I want her name to be known.
Yes.
All right.
That's why I ask your name, my brother. Yes.
Miss Marlene Alane. The number is in my phone now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call you. I have a personal number for you, so I will call you and let you know her number. I want to also meet her because I want to be. She has an organization.
Yes.
I think the name is Imagine Freedom Imagine. Freedom Imagine, an organization. I think she's the founder, co-founder. But Mr. Lorne, Freedom Imagine, something to that effect. I do not get the exact name of her organization right. All right, but she's doing a wonderful job, and Mr. Lorne, we need to do our part. So this is the number. My number, and I want as many as possible. The athletes, family of the athletes in Jamaican athletes, that we can take a stand and we can get some results. We can get some reparation, at least for our brother and sister who suffer in Haiti, to give them some relief. And we have the perfect opportunity at the perfect opportune time.
But you said it about 5 times.
All right, fine. It cannot be overstated.
All right, my brother.
My number is the line number is 772-5599, and the digital is 897-1733.
have them.
Yes, all right.
All right, my brother. We keep in touch.
And I will call you as soon as possible tomorrow, because there are some other things we want to organize and get done. And I want all you people to play your part. All who are liberated minded. We have means to give solution. We have means to achieve something now at this time, and we can't make this opportunity slip by. This time slip by. I appreciate your time on your.
Okay, my brother. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Entertain me. All right. Thank you.
Yes. It's called Host Michael from, Yes. Yes. That's Brother Samuel there. He has a noble cause. He wants to get attention at the Olympics to the Haitian plight. And I think the idea is very good, but as to how we go about it, I don't think these athletes who are training so hard, he mentioned about getting to their family. I guess get to their family to convince them that they are not to go to the Olympics. I think that's a pipe dream. Because, why would they be training so hard now and then just stop? Like I said, we have to be practical. So, let us see if they go to the Olympics and believe hold up a banner, demonstrate, and do something. Greetings and blessings, Ross Michael.
Yes, greetings, Ross Miguel.
All right.
Yes,
glad to have you, my brother. Glad to have you. Nice.
Yes.
Nice. I know you're working hard. I know it's probably you're tired now, just coming out of a lecture and so on. But we'll ask our listeners to be here with us. I want you to give me a little history of Africa Liberation Day, May 25th. How did it come about and so on, Go right ahead, Ross Mike.
Well, basically, very quickly, the OAU was formed from 32 African nations in 1963, 25th of May. So this year now, coming up on Saturday the 25th, will be the 61st anniversary of the formation of the OAU. Now, what is of interest is that you had two major groupings of African countries. You had the Monrovia group and you had the Casablanca group. The Casablanca group, which was really led by Kwame Nkrumah, were the ones that were pro-United States of Africa. So they wanted, each country to become, integrated with each other and become a united group, in many ways. But then the Monrovia group, with countries like Liberia, of course, and Ivory Coast, Botswana, and the other leaders were more conservative. They saw themselves as giving away the sovereignty and power they had over their countries with the United States of Africa. So they resisted that. And what you find out was that was Haile Selassie now as the father of Africa, as the elder statesman, and got the two groups to come together and say, listen, we need some form of unity here. It's going to be better for Africa and so forth. And so, he was able to get the two groups to come together. It was a compromise of sorts because it wasn't really only a United States of Africa as Kwame Nkrumah envisaged. But anyway, we had the formation of the OAU, Organization African Unity, and that got the ball rolling, at least the concept of African countries coming together as a united bloc to, to mutually improve
to
the
set up
situation on the continent. Because many other countries were just coming out of colonialism at that time. You know, Ghana notably was the first sub-Saharan African country to get its independence in 1957 from the British. But this movement for this Pan-Africanist vision for the United States of Africa was strongly pushed by Kwame Nkrumah, Secretary of Guinea. And, you know, of course, His Majesty saw the wisdom in this. So it was just a matter of trying to get the two groups to come together, Host Miguel, so that there could be, at least for the independent countries of Africa, there could be the start of a unified bloc of countries to strengthen, you know, to strengthen Africa in general, to strengthen the continent. Yeah?
Yeah, man, I'm with you.
Yes, yes. So that was the.
So in other words, you had two
energy.
You had two camps, two blocks, one on one side, one on the other side, and this was in. They had a meeting in Ethiopia. Well,
when it finally coalesced, the two groups came together. You know, the ceremonial start of the OAU was Ethiopia. Addis Ababa was where the OAU was declared as a formal organization.
Yes.
25th of May, 1963, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And so, you know, we can consider, you know, His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie as the father of this important organization. But he was the elder statesman at the time, so, you know, he was really the only one who could pull it off, you know, with the level of disagreement that existed at the time, you know? Yes, yes.
Yeah, man.
And then, obviously, the later development is that the OAU has become the African Union.
But before it reached African Union, as OAU, you could tell us the reason why they celebrated the 25th of May as Africa Liberation Day.
Exactly.
Yes.
You
want to tell us why?
Well, I mean, the whole ethos of the formation of the OAU was to establish Africa as a continent that was liberating itself, that was in the process of self-liberation. That was the ethos, and that's why the name was very intentional. You know, organization
African Liberation Day. Yes.
And African Liberation Day, you know, is the name we give to that. No, to be honest with you, today it's been watered down because you know, people just call it Africa Day and just look at the cultural, celebrating the cultural aspects of Africa and not looking at the political perspective of liberation. You know. And liberation is still valid, is still poignant today because I would say that because of neo-colonialism, you know?
Yeah, because at that time in 1963, the majority of African countries were not yet independent. The majority were not yet independent. Would you say so?
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, about half. Yeah, close to half were independent. So, but yeah, 63 was you know, we didn't have that many that were independent. So that's why even to get 32 countries to join in was a major feat, you know. It was that was a major accomplishment at that time in 63.
Yes. So, the 25th of May Was that a day when Ethiopia used to celebrate their Freedom Day before on another date, isn't that so?
Freedom Day
Yes.
was the 5th of May, is the
Right.
Liberation Day for Ethiopia. I mean, that was the day that His Majesty rode into Ethiopia in 1941.
Yes.
You know, and with Ethiopian troops.
Yes.
As well as some assistance from British troops managed to push out, you know, Mussolini's forces once and for all.
Out of the capital.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
His Majesty, that is the 5th of May, is used at that celebration. So His Majesty submerged that date now and said he would celebrate Ethiopian independence along with other countries on the 25th of May. Not so?
Well, that's a good question. I think that, I mean, the month was symbolic, having the same month. But I think what it was just the negotiations had to be stabilized and so forth, and structured such that all the countries were in agreement that this would happen, on the 25th of May. I think it was also the time of the negotiations, because you could have argued that that it could have been formed a little bit earlier.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike, I thank you. I thank you for the brief discourse that you have given us. Sorry that we didn't get to go much longer than I would have wanted. I thank you nevertheless, but they have just signaled me that the program has come to an end. I really thank you, and we're going to keep in touch. Thanks as usual for your erudite contribution. Thanks a lot, Ras Mike.
Well, thanks a lot, Albert. Yeah, and
Yes.
Thanks for acknowledging and observing its important date on the history on our calendar.
Yes, very important.
Very important. Pan-Africanists all over the world. So we give thanks. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's what Michael Barnett there, lecturer in sociology at the University of the West Indies, a very strong friend of this program, always willing to help. But time just didn't allow us to go further into the celebration where we choose 25th of May, Africa Liberation Day. Thank you all. I want to thank Brother Heru, Brother Antoine, Brother Rose for coming. They came along and contributed greatly to my program. I want to thank all those who called in, very much so. Thank you all very much. I want to thank Nyanko for giving us his presentation with regard to psychology and some of the diseases which tend to plague us. I want to thank Brother Kelly, who came on the program and spoke to us about Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock. Remember, Saturday downtown, right in the St. William Grand Park, they have Africa Day. Africa Day. So the park must full of people. You can't talk about Africa in Jamaica and it's not full. So you'll have a day, they'll have some outstanding performers, drumming, dancing. Africa Day. Please come along. Let's enjoy the day. Thank you very much for participating in the program. So we'll give thanks. We're going to move out of here now. So Bitter Sugar, right again. Thank my engineer. Yeah, Shane. Shane. Thanks a lot, my brother. Thank you very much. And earlier, the brother who was helping us earlier on. And Nathan. Yes, Nathan. One thank you too. Those are the two engineers. Blessings and honor. Keep it going.
The man said, come. When Selassie I call you, you must come. Leave out of the slum and come. Hurry up and come. Hurry up and come. Hurry up and come. Cause Babylon come. is not in Babylon. Mount Zion is I home. And like you say, any day from now, I didn't know. Calling all Rasta man, no more will I and I roam. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come. You know, sister Babylon done. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, cause Babylon done. From England straight to America, even down here in the valley of Jafasica. Japan straight over to China, fire burn, we all slave master. In a Babylon there's a disaster. Well, I can't get no food, no water. Get up and come, get up and come, get up and come, cause Babylon done. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come. You know, sister Babylon done. Like a fallen leaf that fall into the stream one day. Well, I say, so is the Babylon. Selassie gonna wash them away. And for all the heedless thing they've done, now them are gonna get them away. Get up and come, get up and come, get up and come, cause Babylon done. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, cause Babylon done. I promise to strengthen weak and give sight to the light. Don't matter what their oppressors do, in this year I'm a Gideon time. Yes. Rasta is here to conquer all trials and tribulation. So pack your little grip and come. Let's leave out of Babylon. Get up and come, get up and come, get up and come, cause Babylon done. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, cause Babylon done. I hope it's not in Babylon. You're simply the best. You're simply the best.
Bess FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the
Bess FM, the champion.
and you've got it.
Hey, baby. Even though you break my heart, I still love you. And I always will. Sorry is all that you can say. Years go by and still the words don't come easily. Like sorry, like sorry. Forgive me. It's all that you can say. Years gone by and still the words don't come easily. Like forgive me, forgive me. And you can say, baby.